Oh, and the overlay's still on. Come on. Thought we had this issue sorted out. Anyways. The moment is gone. Welcome or welcome back. I am Jacob.
I'm BB.
And together we are
the Butter Bunch.
And we have more options, by the way, for
and presumably alone.
Yeah, we were just on a session with Aiden, but I guess he did say that he was going to be gone for half an hour during that. So
well, I will say. Oh wait, what the?
Yeah, I don't know why I just decided to. There you go. I want dark bubbles, please. That's what we're in right now. That's what Hatchetfield is. It's a dark bubble of which one cannot escape.
Oh, okay, Gravity Falls. Calm down.
Well, I mean, you know.
They got themselves a bubble of weirdness.
Well, you know, it depends. And that one is only a select few that can't escape, but
sure.
Anyway, Aiden is still in VC alone. Yeah, so he probably hasn't come back. He probably hasn't realized that the session is over.
Dude, here's the thing. I could have sworn I saw him out of the VC a second ago, and I just went to go check, and he's there alone now, so I have no idea if my Discord bugged or if he left and then came back.
Yeah, like I heard somebody say that, you know, he was meant to come back and see with Law. That's why I started this stream, because I thought like, oh, well, I guess that must mean he's returned, but never mind then. I've never been on time for one of these. Oh, fair enough. Well, it turns out you might be early, actually, depending on whether or not Aiden returns.
Yeah. You know, I will say, I usually do my streams a bit earlier in the day, but... So
I used to do my streams a bit earlier in the day. We've been filming Quest the Rising Sun. We didn't have a choice in the matter, really.
No, but I do my streams earlier than you usually do yours anyways.
Okay. Does Aiden usually join those then?
No, neither of you tend to join those ones.
So then it doesn't affect the presence of Aiden then?
No, I'm not talking about Aiden. I'm talking about chat. Because they said that they're never on time.
I see. Well, I guess not too much to do in the while we wait for Aiden. Let's stall for a bit. I am gonna let's read some comments. Let's see, where are we? Not that video, this one. Guess we can do this. So here we are. Here is oh look, there's a stream we're watching right now. Which, by the way, thanks for all of the support in the last video, because woof. But yeah, as for these, I have read some of them already, but I haven't properly responded to quite a lot of them, so I'm just gonna see what some of these are like. Just hopefully this will stall for a bit. It wasn't an accident, it was an act of God. No, it was poor building integrity. Aiden really does not like Grace Chastity. Like, she's not the most likable of people.
I also hate Grace Chastity.
But yeah, well, I think Aiden is on a whole different level. That's what I mean. My goodness. I guess I can't press like on a comment that I've hearted. Okay, good to know. I was waiting for someone to react to No Prudes Must Die. I love this and can't wait for the second part. Well, here we are now. I wonder if these people actually on the stream at the moment. Just gonna check.
I don't see them talking.
Is Jacob loud for anyone else? I was quiet before, so I turned everything up, but I can turn myself back down again.
No, he's not that loud. Not for me. I have my volume at like 20. He's normal volume, which is different because before in Quest the Rising Sun, his volume was all sorts of whack. But
yeah, which the thing is that I had my normal settings on Quest the Rising Sun for a bit, and then I turned them up. So now I should be loud for everyone, but I'm not for some reason. That's what I'm most baffled about. Also, y'all don't get it like I do. Like I've talked about this before. Like I don't dislike Grace Chastity. Like there's a lot of stuff that that she does that is obviously we're not supposed to enjoy her for those reasons. But I mean, there's only so much hate you can give to a character that makes burying a body sound fun and give the darkest reprise of all time. Yeah. Grace is low-key my favorite. I'm not sure how I would say my favorite. I don't know who my favorite Nerdy Prudes character actually is. That's a hard choice too, actually. Not really sure. Sins by Buns is the embodiment of Grace Chastity. Okay, again, we've talked about like.
I didn't think we would mention that comment. I was just gonna quietly go in here and delete that one, but
no, I just like because I'm just gonna say like. We talk about like Sense by Buns and like BB's made like a bunch of like references to the religious implications by him. I don't think he was that religious. I think he was religious, but not as much as we made him out to be. Mostly because BB is hardwired to detect anything remotely God related.
Okay, no, I'm not crazy, man. Did you not, dude? Pretty much all of his story ended up boiling down to they're Christian, therefore they're good guy and wise and brilliant and can do no wrong. And the other one is not.
There was an episode where that was the case. The main character is actually a demon.
Yeah.
So let's see. As you all know, I'm ride or die for Grace. Yes, we are. Well, yeah, we do know. I was happy having years. Oh, sorry, never mind. That was for not for us. I'm just going through random chat stuff as well in between. Okay. To add to the suit jacket argument, which I don't recall us having, I went to an exchange to France, and one of my classmates wore a suit to school every day. White dress shirt, suit jacket, dress pants, fancy leather shoes. No tie, though. He also looked pretty cool in my eyes, but too professional, kind of hard to approach. So I have no idea how he did it. He wore the dress suit every day. The only time I saw him in anything else was during gym.
We were the context of that is Aiden and I were debating whether Mr. Nerdy Prude was looking good or not. The one that wanted to be rich.
Okay. I see. Yeah,
and Aiden threw out the idea of, okay, well maybe he could wear a suit, and I'm like, no, but it'd get too dirty easily. I think you put in a bit where he's wearing a white outfit, and it's like, well, I guess that's fair.
Yep. Like there's a lot of like internal logic going into Pete's outfits for sure. Anyway, yeah. As for this, like, that kind of reminds me actually of Julius Pike, actually, who I put in like a semi-casual suit. It's inspired by George Beard from Captain Underpants. Anyway, the wording of all her puberty fled in at one single second actually killed me. I love seeing people's version to dirty girls. Like it's the population is ever split between, oh god, they're hot, and hiding behind their hands in mortification. If I had watched Dirty Girl for the first time in public, I would have been in the mortification camp for sure. But yeah, these two on the other hand. I want to say these two whenever Aiden shows up. Again, we're just stalling.
Max is very attractive, specifically when his shirt is off, might I add. By the way, I just want to point out, whenever he's wearing more clothes, he suddenly becomes less attractive.
What a shocking distinction! It's almost like that is almost universal thing for a lot of humans, based on like how we've decided to associate purity as a society. I was reading this comment.
I mean, usually it doesn't make that much of a difference for me. I mean, sometimes it actually kind of degrades it a little bit for me. But now it's like, man, stop wearing shirts. I think that would benefit you more, Max.
He's got to have his varsity jacket. That's part of his. That's part of his.
He could be like, okay, well then he can be like Aaron, get rid of the shirt, keep the jacket.
Yeah. Also, I love the idea of like Grace Chastity and the Horrors of Purity being one of our recommended searches. Like, remember, we don't tend to use this channel casually, so all of our recommendations are like based on the stuff that we that we react to, pretty much.
And it's crazy because we don't even see recommendations. The recommendations we get are all on the side if we're clicking like a video already. Like, it doesn't show up in our home menu because we have that turned off. So whenever we go on a stream, this is my only time to see what kind of things YouTube is recommending this channel.
Yep, apparently it thinks we're into Cobra Kai or Karate Kid. Anyway, Rustage, very accurate. Anyway, let's see. So missed it live, but there's a couple of ace people commenting about like the awesome performances. So I guess they're in the middle. Missed live, but wow, I also love this music. I love it so much that I kilt my hand. Not sure what that means. Voice memorying all the songs onto my phone and Safari Internet. I feel like there were.
I think there were a couple extra periods. I think if you remove some of those periods, then I think it'll make a lot more sense.
Yeah, and then finally, one person actually approves of the gacha personas, which is good because we don't tend to be able to like take pictures of ourselves for like the thumbnails as easily. We just all have like vastly different cameras, so that'd be something. Okay, it seems like we've stalled for enough time. Aiden is here.
Jacob, your shirt's amazing.
My shirt. Oh
yeah, I love the blue.
Yeah, unlike Max.
I was going to say I don't think I'm more shocked that he was commenting this specific shirt, but then I realized he hasn't seen like the rest of it.
Oh. I mean, it's still cool. It's still cool. Less cool, but you know,
Ravenclaw is the best house after all.
You know, I will say what would make the shirt on a technicality better is if they switched around the darker blue and the lighter blue and had it predominantly be the lighter blue rather than the darker blue, because having the lighter blue there be more as a darker works, or at least darker with that color works better as a highlight.
Like, I'm hearing everything fine.
Is anyone else other than Bon hearing anyone speaking? That answers that question.
We spoke it. You know what? No, we didn't speak it. You spoke it into existence, Bon.
Okay, so I've come back down to my normal settings. This is what I tend to have my soundboard.
Also, I got a question, Jacob. When are you gonna get BB's persona out of Charlie's outfit?
Because she said that she likes being Charlie Morningstar, so I kept her as that.
Oh wait, it's a red suit. It looks rad.
Yeah, but like, dang, you're not gonna try to make it a more unique red suit, you know?
No, it's red. Who cares?
I don't know. I can make a very ugly red suit if you want, you know.
Yes, the ultimate challenge: Aiden making an ugly gacha design.
Yeah, Aiden's gonna make a gacha scene.
Actually,
entitle it BB cosplaying periods.
What?
Because red. That's
and specifically ugly red.
I feel like that's not. I mean, I wouldn't really name something that. That doesn't really feel like something I would personally do.
God,
maybe you,
Aiden. It's a joke.
I'll give it like this very obnoxious bright red with like, I don't know, freaking like pink highlight.
I will say everything can be ruined by light mode.
Yeah, it is very daunting for me on Streamlabs now, having been so used to Restream just being in dark mode by default, I believe. I've yet to readjust this. Which, by the way, I fixed the issue of like having the Butter Bunch on like this account. It on like be a destination in Streamlabs, obviously not StreamYard. It's just because I forgot to tick a certain box, and that was it.
Nice.
Which means that I now have an extra StreamYard account that I don't need for something, which is why I apparently have so many like new overlays and stuff I don't have on the other one. So maybe I just like accidentally selected like a trial period of like one of the paid plans or something.
Jacob's just gonna look at his card 3 months from now, and it's like, oh no, where'd all that money go?
I didn't put in any card details, so I don't know where they would be getting that from.
They stole your card, okay, Jacob. They somehow stole your card.
Yeah, that's the trade-off. You got a better service than Restream, but in turn they've committed all kinds of theft.
Oh my goodness. Festa here is saying it's so hard to make a gacha for myself. First of all, no tea in gacha, but secondly, you can just base your gacha persona on yourself. Like, I actually have a blue suit that matches the one in my
although your hair is less poofy in your gacha persona. Your hair's so poofy.
Because hair grows out, Aiden. That's how it works.
Jacob, I want Jacob
grows over time.
Jacob, I want you to update your OC and just give you poofier hair.
Yeah, Bon already tried that. Didn't go so well.
Well, okay, to be fair, I like the idea that Bon was going for, but the green streak in your hair was a horrific idea.
We need Bob Ross Jacob.
Okay, his hair isn't that poofy. His hair's poofy, but not
yeah,
that
like
poofy.
I have a long way to go before I reach that level, but yeah.
You should go and try for that level. That'd be so fun.
I don't know. I mean, that much hair would probably get in the way.
Yes.
I don't know.
That's why I keep it short.
I don't know. Bob achieved it.
Should repeat.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. All right. This is obviously like not right. This is not right. Before Act 2 starts, I did just do like a bit of a last time, just because last time we talked about this video, I didn't get really much of a chance to really talk about like the impact of this particular moment. Like, mainly because like it's that first it was like the one god thing that BB didn't like point out, the one I was expecting her to, but just in general, the way that those build up into something, one of the most memorable moments, and just to talk about that briefly. So I guess just we're going to go ahead. Oh, you mean like the skull dog? Well, yeah. Talk to Ghost Kid if you want to like learn how to do how to customize animals in gacha, because
I have a dead dog in my recent Rip in the Dark episode,
which is an audio drama for the record,
and also a visual dead dog.
Okay.
Did you actually flash a picture of a dead dog? Or did you kill someone's dog and flash a picture of it? Be like, look.
Yeah, I showed.
Dog.
Oh, no, my condolences. Can I take a picture, please? Like, no.
Yeah, I showed 2 pictures of dead dogs. One was a skull, and the other was just a bleeding corpse.
Why? That seems so kind of. It's really gruesome.
It's a horror show, Aiden.
Yeah, but people don't like seeing dead animals. I mean, I'm not much of an animal
It's horror. You're not supposed to feel comfortable.
Speaking of things, of horror and things we're supposed to be comfortable with, last time on Nerdy Prudes Must Die.
After me. Okay. Who will pray for me? Who will pray for me? When I'm gone. When I'm gone. Or until another Richie comes along. Can you repeat that one?
By the way, I will say Max Jaegerman is the only character that I've ever heard be intimidating in falsetto.
Who will pray for me when I'm gone? Or is this the eternal dark without a dawn? Who will pray for you? Who will pray for when your body's gone?
Okay, and now we get people coming in the background. And this is something that I actually missed in my other readers. Not that they were in the background, but they were singing a reprise of one of the earlier parts, like the breakdown portion of the "Not as cool as I think I am. I'm as cool as I think I am." Whoa, like that part. This like it slows down for a bit, and then it does this, and then I realized like, oh wait a minute, I recognize that, but I recognized it from this scene where it's more iconic. But I forgot to mention it was a callback, so I'm mentioning it now.
This is the consequence for what you've done. What did you say?
Like that moment there, I think was one of like John Madison's like most memorable things that he's done. I mean, it's no Mr. Starkler from Super Pops, obviously, but it's pretty up there. No, but on a serious note, like that's like that desperation from him, because I mean, again, he has like a very like a much softer like speaking and singing voice than Will, forgot what his name was anyway. But the fact is that, you know, you can tell, like, not only is he giving it the most that he's giving it on any of these singing moments, but also just like you can like actually in an acting through song moment, you can hear the desperation. I might have actually used this song back in the day if for my acting through song module, if it had been out at the time.
Don't kill me. I'm not a nerdy prude. I'm not a loser. Of course not. Richie.
And also to remind people that Max Jagerman says, like, you know, you're not losing because of this, blah, blah, blah. You're losing because I said so. To Pete, not to Richie, but same idea applies.
But you have lost everything. No. No, please.
I like the red lighting.
I do like that little bit there where it's like, I like him not disagreeing. He concedes saying, no, you're right, you're not a loser, but you've lost everything. I like the idea of him stripping away even the one title he had, even if it was a negative title, before finally going into kill. So he truly had absolutely nothing to his name.
Except for people that care about him.
Well, yeah, see, because like it does come up right after the scene where you know, that like the football team, which of course Max Jagerman's own team, show his appreciation for him. They did say that if Max ever came back, they would have to go back to hating him. But in that moment, he actually did, in fact, have that. I guess by Max's mere presence being there, he has the power to take away everything, including his life. So I guess that sort of kind of works in a way. The lighting in Prudes must die. Every time I watch, I'm in absolute awe. Yeah, like the way the worst thing judged by the cinematography too, because the thing is that obviously Starkid have years of practice with filming stuff, sort of filming their plays. However, like when you go back and particularly even towards like the middle portions, there's some stuff where you think like, okay, that, you know, the camera's being kept really static here. This one really actually has some like very interesting angles and editing on top of it. This one was one they pulled out all the stocks for, which I guess kind of makes sense because the first live, the first like full-on live show without counting like big Christmas Carol Live, VHS Christmas Carol Live, that they could do after being away for so long. So yeah, they're doing everything. I'm so sad. I'm missing it.
I got a question. Do you think this was written?
You finally made it back to one of these. It's been a while.
Do you think it was written before Nightmare Time, or do you think this was written after Nightmare Time?
Interesting that you bring this up.
We do know the answer.
Yes. So, it's reported that Nerdy Prudes Must Die was actually the first thing written in the Hatchetfield anything. It just was too expensive to put on, so they decided to do Guardian Light musicals first, because that could be a cheaper production, which I guess means that Black Friday was also completed long before, and I guess the years must have been changed around because that's how they did that.
It sounds like they worked backwards.
They very much did work backwards. It seems, although that does then explain you know, the Great Chastity and Nerdy Prude line from Bill, and that reference particularly, but also on top of that, a cameo that we have yet to see because it brings something full circle, but due to behind the scene factors, it hasn't been properly noticed yet, I suppose. I would have thought Black Friday was the most expensive. That was almost like one fixed set the whole time through. That at least in my experience, I mean, yeah, like that stuff is expensive to put on in a moment, but the more stuff you have to like bring on, the more changes, I guess, you know, the more like high quality cameras you got to bring in as well. That, like, you know, that ramps up the cost significantly, and also lighting and costumes. You're right, all that stuff.
Grace, what's wrong? I had a nightmare, a horrible nightmare. Max Jagerman, he was dead. And he was angry. He was so angry, and he wasn't sexy at all. Mama, I'm cute.
Yeah, well, I guess much like BB, now seeing Max with a shirt on has
Right?
entirely.
It ruins everything.
Oh my goodness.
What do you mean? You saw he wore a shirt for most of the thing.
Yeah, and he wasn't that hot. I would have reacted much earlier in that way had I saw him that way. But no, he took off his shirt and it was like a whole new man.
I mean, I kind of get that, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, I don't like his vibes, but I kind of like his vibes in a different way.
That describes so many Starkid characters. Starkid probably has like a record for most like unhealthy crushes in like theater history. We should run home. Where, Max? Back home, so technically. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, see, Abby, BB's so real. I am so real. He should stop wearing shirts.
Max is cute when he smiles, apparently. Fair enough.
Wait, BB, I got a question. Have you seen the new Wolverine and Deadpool movie?
No, sure haven't.
Oh. There's a scene of Hugh Jackman shirtless, and literally there are two characters gawking at him.
Man, a scene with Hugh Jackman shirtless in a superhero movie. I have never heard of such a thing.
No, basically they made him like super sweaty, and that was a whole joke. Like Deadpool cut him a slut.
That is exactly what Jacob's mocking. That is the most cliche situation. Yeah. Wow, make the male lead get shirtless and inhumanly sweaty. Like you just dump a whole bit of water on him, and it's like, oh,
get the baby oil, get the water.
Right?
Make them shiny.
What are they doing?
What are you doing here? Oh my gosh!
Actually, that's a good point, Jacob. You worked for a lot of theater productions. What do they use to make them look that sweaty? Because that's not normal sweaty.
Well, in the ones that I've done, sometimes you'll just like spray someone with water in the moment, but like that has to be done. That has to be like a very quick solution because obviously the lighting will just evaporate it. Other than that, actually, you can just because it is so hot under theater lights a lot of the time. People do just sweat naturally sometimes.
I mean, realistically speaking, you just sit there and jog for a minute behind the scene
on a screen.
There are like other like solutions or something that they'll use in some films. Not
get a bit of baby oil and like dap it on you just a little bit.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure there's ways. I'm just curious about what the general consensus is on how to achieve that within the professional field.
Within the high budget professional field, they have their own methods. Within the much more local ones, splash a bunch of water or just sweat it out for real under the hot theater lights.
Yeah, put on a furry suit. We'll make you look like you belong from the ocean.
Then you won't be able to see the sweat.
You know, Bon apparently was debating the amount of abs. Abs.
I was busy cutting the abs. I'm having a debate about how many abs he has. She says 6, I say 8. She has 8. What is she on about? Well, I can't rewind to find that out because that's been cut out from this particular video file.
No! Actually, I'm sad.
Hugh Jackman, like the actor who plays Max, is also phenomenal at singing.
I agree.
I remember him from one of his greatest hits, "We Three Kings," the very famous song that everyone knows, including Aiden.
That reminds me
I know
of
that because of you, but you know.
Yes, I know. That was a joke I was making.
You know, just saying, Hugh Jackman's really good at singing, and he sung really good in The Greatest Showman. Although that's not really the greatest.
I remember him singing "We Three Kings."
To be fair, Hugh Jackman might have a similar background to Matthew Peretta, who is the voice actor for Alan Wake and Dr. Darling. I recently found out he was trained in opera before going into acting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is crazy. I mean, great, but man, what a shift, right?
Not necessarily.
Yeah?
Apparently Hugh Jackman has the Tony. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't be surprised if Hugh maybe had a similar pipeline there.
Hugh, no, what his wife says to him. You know, they're like how like opera and theater have like a lot of crossover anyway, because that's how the nature they have a common ancestry, let's say. That's why I'm
Sure.
thinking like, okay, well, there's a little bit of a crossover there. It's not
I
usual
guess.
because, yeah,
I think
That's
for
not
me, it's
impossible.
just because like video games, I guess, is like a whole other level of separation for me.
okay, all right.
Bird!
That's nice, dear. But you better hurry or you won't be early for school.
It's 6:30 already! Shoot and
Won't
shine
be
on!
early. Also, I will put. Oh wait, never mind. I was about to say this is La Di Da Day, but I just remember what they're trying to transition into.
Oh, Mom.
La di da da, la di da da.
Sleeping in like this, it's not
La di da
proper.
da.
Well, she's 18, Mother.
Also,
Remember
Fester,
how
don't
wildly
worry
bird
too
her-
much about your spelling. We aren't gonna mock you, given that we do know that you're dyslexic.
Yeah, from the
Don't
vast
worry,
majority of
I'm
life.
so bad at reading. Even if you do misspell things, or
Yeah,
misorder things, I will read it the way you meant it somehow.
There's
Because
been times
I cannot
where
read well.
he'll be right in a line, and I've seen this on a few occasions. I'm not usually in the script writing room with him, but every once in a while he'll write a line that's just so abhorrent, and then you'll point it out, and he'll be confused for a good like 5 seconds. Like, what do you mean? And then he has to go back and really pick it apart to notice he spelled it entirely wrong.
Yeah, to be fair, there's something similar happened with like an Emily line recently because Aiden and I were going over a script from Emily, and there was just one part that was like, well, I was reading this out like in character, and I got like halfway through the sentence, and I was like, I have said this sentence entirely wrong. That's because I was like missing like quotation marks. Wasn't sure how to like put that together.
Yeah.
It was the whole thing.
There was one time as Pete like that where I had misread it and I said a very different thing than what you wrote. And then I think you asked me about that and I was like, what do you mean? I went back to the script and I was like, oh wait.
So even when it's right, it can be interpreted wrong sometimes. It happens.
On the phone till 8 p.m. Sneaking out to watch PG films.
I never did that.
Morning!
I like the idea that, she is 18, so she is technically, she doesn't have to sneak out to watch PG films, so you can just do that.
Daddy!
Good morning, sunshine.
Hello, baby. I can't hear that line anymore without thinking of Sherman.
It
That's
is
one line
very
that's
Sherman
done.
coded, to be fair.
Yeah,
Do you have
Even had
everything
like
you
the
need
elongated A.
yeah.
for school?
Yes, just missing a kiss from Mommy.
Oh, Gracie.
Hang on, gang. This is important. Hello? Really? They did. It's so.
Oh, Mark, that's wonderful.
Congratulations, Dad.
Aha.
You see, I told you your father would sell that old Whalen place one of these days.
What? What household?
Again, cinematography. They knew to film Grace, particularly in this scene, 'cause otherwise, one or the other. In old productions, they wouldn't be able to have accounted for that.
The old Whalen place on Hickory.
So the home inspectors got there this morning. What did they find? You don't say. You don't say.
Oh, I just remember
Well,
this
I'll be down there in a jiffy.
What'd they find, Dad?
They didn't say.
Yeah, don't
Did I come
say.
have a look for
Yeah, you
myself?
didn't say.
Gosh, I hope it's not termites. Have a great
No, it's probably
If
worse
it
than
is termites, they might help.
day at school,
All right, Grace
sweetheart.
Chastity, this is the last time you see your dad.
Mhm.
He is about to be killed.
I'm so heckin' fudged.
You indeed are.
Have a sun game this weekend.
Man, fuck Clivesdale. Fucking chemists.
We'll get
Why are you so? I mean,
like
I
it.
get. Dang.
They just beat
Clivestone.
them at the big game from before.
I believe I'm saying
Yeah, you
this,
know what?
but
Just saying. I want a Clivesdale. I want a Clivesdale thing, like an alternate universe where Clivesdale and Hatfield are reversed. To see what that's like, because it'd be so kind of funny and ironic.
Why
so
would, I don't think they
like-
would need to reverse anything. They can just set something in Clivesdale.
No, you have the same characters, but the same characters instead of saying Fuck
No, you
Clydesdale.
know what I want?
Fuck Hatfield. It'll be funnier.
I want a fish
Reverse
out of
it.
water story, but set in Clivesdale.
Yeah, just a sequel to see how Emma gets along after the musical apotheosis,
Yeah, well,
or I guess Kelly, as she was then known.
didn't she get killed off?
I thought she got murdered.
Yeah, well, the ending was kind of unclear because like everyone who we knew to be dead by that point came back, so I'm not sure how literal that was supposed to
Well,
be.
yeah, but they were also clearly like musical monsters, though.
They were musical monsters when they died.
Yeah, and then they were still musical monsters when they came back.
Oh, the Nightmare Time episode only about peanuts.
Right? I want peanuts!
Well, go and get some if you're hungry.
Just for the big
No, I could
game.
never eat the little furry thing.
Mm.
He's our little overlord.
That was the implication. They said, that they gave her a nice plot of land to her name, and it'd be a good place to start a pot farm. So that's entirely possible.
That was
Again,
definitely the
if
plan.
the ending was not literal.
I'm gonna need the three of you to shut the fudge up about Max Gigerman.
Why? What's wrong?
Nothing. Because we cleaned the entire house with bleach. We
Where'd you get the bleach from?
covered all our tracks. Except, I can't find my
I don't.
WWJD
Oh, I mean, they might use
bracelet.
it to like mop.
I took it off when we were dismembering the body, but I put it back on, right? You saw me with it on, right?
Grace? Is there something that we need to be worried about?
No,
Holy shit, are those cop cars?
Grace?
We're fine. We're fine. Just play it cool. Here's what you gotta do. You gotta play it cool. I didn't murder anyone. He killed himself.
It's like that. It's like that one scene.
Obviously.
It's like that one scene of Well, see, here's the thing. There weren't like any fingerprints on them. I don't think from anyone. So
No, there were fingerprints on him.
No,
Oh,
no,
They're
no.
gonna bury a body.
Yes,
no, okay, yes,
but
after
did
they found the
you?
body, yes. I mean before that.
Yeah, they also mentioned using acetone and stuff. I think Grace Chastity knew how to get. For some reason, she knew how to get rid of. I think that's another weird thing, right? She knew how to get rid of it, but that's a new development I think that this musical has provided, which is that she just knows how to get rid of a body.
Grace took care of it, but did she though? When she mentioned she left a bracelet, well, she thinks she did. So
here's personally what I would do. I mean, I wouldn't murder anyone, but I mean, if I were to do a body, I mean, the acid is great and all, but you also should be wearing gloves the whole time, and any equipment that you have, you probably should either bury with the body or maybe try to melt it. Maybe throw it in the dump, like have it be buried under trash or something.
Not IR. Oh.
Clean off the
Nayara, I think.
Nayara.
That's what Grace asks herself all the time.
Yeah, what would Jesus do?
Well, but I don't think he
would bury the body.
He wouldn't do that.
If we're following what Jesus would do, it's either if you're Max, then simply get up, which he did. And if you're Grace, I guess just kill yourself.
I don't know. What do you?
That's what Jesus did. I mean, he could have stopped that entire thing. He willingly hopped on that cross.
I mean, I wouldn't say how.
This is here my gospel. I will not think twice. No, he won't think twice.
We're gonna die. You're gonna die. I don't know. Okay,
we're be canceled. I'm not. No. Why would I be canceled, Bond? They asked, "What would Jesus do?" I'm just saying two things that Jesus did.
No, what they're saying is that on the bracelet it said WWJD, and that is what is on Grace's bracelet that she lost.
Oh.
Yeah.
What would Jesus do? I don't know. I don't think Jesus would dismember a body, though. That's definitely something Jesus wouldn't do. Jesus wouldn't want to do that. That'd be...
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. That took a second there. It's like, we're talking about Jesus. I was like, where do they come from? What do you mean, where do they come from? Babies? Like, what, what would Jesus say?
Gonna bury a body.
We're gonna come up with lyrics. We're gonna leave Bon in hysterics.
God, can we actually make a parody of some Starkid movie things?
Believe me, I have looked into it. I don't believe I have found any of the instrumentals that could be of use for that. So
isn't there like a software you can get out there to make it an instrumental by muffling the music?
Yes, but then they don't. But in the past, there is like a way for you separate the stereo to mono, invert it. I know the process, but the thing is though that leaves you with like very very muffled instrumentals a lot of the time. They're not as good, so it is technically possible. It's like I might have to go back into BandLab or something.
Oh my god! Wait, what if you did a parody of it with Pop singing about bullying Morena? We're gonna bully the dragon. I don't know. We're gonna bully the freak show. Oh my, that actually be fun.
Listen to me though. I don't know. Grace is a perfect example of that any religion could turn to a cult if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
Do you know if Starkid has released the Nutty Prudes instrumentals and the Spotify album? I know that back in the day, their prime source of income was album releases, but that changed a lot with the advent of streaming, so I'm not sure how much they prioritize those anymore. Also, this musical is like over a year old at this point, so yeah, if they haven't released them by now, they most likely aren't. I know that they license the sheet music and the rights to like perform some of their musicals. Not all of them. I've been on their websites.
I would love to do a portrayal of the guy who didn't like musicals. That'd be fun.
It would be for sure. Yeah. If you end up doing a guy who don't like musicals performance, I would absolutely take a flight to your states.
Well, why don't you do it anyways? Come visit me. Come to America. We're kind of the worst, but it's okay. It's okay out here.
I mean, at some point, I do want to actually go back because I haven't properly been there in like how many years has it been so far? 17? Yeah, 17 years. So I don't know. A bit. Technically, the only time I've been like the continent of North America in like the past decade, even though it's been more than a decade now, actually, was when I was in Iceland, and there's like technically like a part of Iceland that like separates like the two continents, and that's it. That's it. They wait a year so people will buy the album. Ah, okay, all right then. I see. Okay, I don't know about instrumentals though, because that's a whole other matter. You ever been to Canada? No. Unfortunately, no. I did want to.
Wait, Jacob, I got a question. Did you actually ever end up recording Franklin's lines for episode 6?
No, because depending on when you sent those to me, I might have been either applying for the visa or down in London submitting the stuff for the visa.
No, that was a while. It was a while ago. I probably would have asked. If I ever
then I have no recollection of this.
I will say I did try adding in some of the songs from this musical onto Spotify myself, like adding it on my playlist. I never could find the album, which is a shame.
Well then maybe.
Oh, you did. You did do it.
Well, I guess you have to wait until October. Apparently, that's the.
Them's the breaks, I guess.
Exactly.
Them's the breaks, folks.
All right, I'm gonna need the 3 of you to stop freaking out, okay? Okay, just shut up and keep your beats cool. If you think about it, it's a good thing my dad sold the Wayland place, because he's gonna get a huge commission on it, and he's gonna build a pool in our backyard. So there.
Grace, you said that house would be abandoned forever. We trusted you.
Then trust me that they can't trace anything back to us.
Attention, Hatchetfield High students. Would Ruth Fleming, Grace Chastity, Stephanie Lauder, and Peter Spankovsky please report to the principal's office? The police would like to ask you a few questions.
Like, of course, this is a great deceit on the part of.
Hi, kids. Come on in. Have a seat.
Hi.
And yes, recognize that music. Imagine it's like played at twice as fast.
No, I haven't had enough time to hear it.
Oh, it was going boom, 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 boom.
We make sense.
Yes, there we go. You got it. And Jojo Chan is like the only one who could play Grace Chastity. It was a surprise to me because I knew she was going to be in the musical, but when I heard like Butt Off Chastity for the first time, I realized like, oh wait, she's Grace Chastity. It was like it all clicked. It all clicked because I hadn't seen Nightmare Time at that point, so I didn't know. Yeah, okay, yeah. Bond got it as well. I like to test these two particularly with like musical motifs. That's like such an old Starkid trope that I just notice it almost every time.
It's weird because I notice it all the time in things like Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, but I just never pick up on it in these.
Shapiro, this here is Officer Bailey.
Don't look at me. Get your hands out of your pockets.
Sorry, sir.
Don't mind him. He hasn't had his
Like the way that like Peaches goes like,
coffee this morning. You kids want some coffee? Can I get you anything?
Man, the most obvious good cop, bad cop routine.
Anything at all? How about that game this weekend? Fucking chemists, right? We'll get them next time, though. Go Nighthawks!
Yeah. Go Nighthawks.
Too bad our boys weren't playing with the full deck, though. You ask me, they were missing the most important member of the team.
Your mom?
See, again, the way they're phrasing this, the member of the team in question seemed to have done his job in the musical number, if you think about it. So I don't know what they were missing, really. Unless they played against the chemist twice?
I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Fantastic.
Without him, the Nighthawks went out there and they just shat the bed, didn't they? Real shame what
Not
happened
what
to
we
him.
saw.
Damn shame.
You see, kids, he was murdered.
How do you know it was murder?
Yeah, it could have been an accident.
Yeah, maybe he fell. That's what happened. He fell.
Shut the fuck up, Rudy. No, fell? Yeah, I don't think so.
Tell me a little bit about your relationship with the deceased. Word around school is you four were his friends.
Again,
Friends.
I like the deceased being there because again, they're really working for this like game of misunderstanding. This is the pronoun game at its ultimate level. Not even with pronouns.
Barely. No, we hardly knew the guy.
Yeah, I knew him. I just hated his guts.
Not enough to kill him, though.
Yeah, just maybe enough to scare him or teach him a lesson.
Not even that.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw him?
About 2 weeks ago.
Bullshit!
You want to think a little harder? You sure you didn't see him in your AP calculus class last week?
What?
That's it! Listen here, you little fucks!
Whoa.
The fighting Nighthawk was murdered the night of the big game!
And now, he says to the seed, now we understand why they're confused and why they've been saying the deceased and the team player and everything. Which again, I will point out, Zeke was in the musical sequence. The mascot was present and in center.
I mean, I think, like, I do kind of like these kind of situations, but the problem with some of these situations is they feel forced. Like, the characters will unnaturally speak or be strangely vague when referring to something or trying to avoid saying a certain thing because that would immediately give away and, like, ruin the joke. So that's kind of the problem with it because, like, it works sometimes if it's done naturally, but in this case, it really isn't done naturally. Like, why would they say deceased?
The only time for me that kind of thing works is when it's played for laughs. And that's what they're trying to do here. Hence Officer Bailey is in the room at all. But I don't think I have to do the good cop bad cop routine on teenagers necessarily. But yeah, like again, just for me, it's the plot hole that kind of gets me. It was like, what really? Zeke wasn't in the second half. Okay, so it was half time that they were talking about, and then so he wasn't in the second half, and they just didn't think to. I guess no one thought to look for him or discover, and no one discovered like a body at all. in like the locker rooms after they came back from the second half of the game. Like none of the team found out about that. Like that just raises further questions for me, honestly. Like if it was at the end of the day, you would reasonably think like, okay, I guess now they're not really going to be that. In fact, actually, they told him to take a shower. They told him to take a shower because he stank. But yet if they knew he was supposed to go back in the mascot costume afterwards, he just woke up a stink for a second time.
Yeah, so Green Jet is like, oh, it's a cop. They wouldn't reveal pertinent information. Well, this has got me thinking.
Name of the deceased is pertinent information. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, it got me thinking, right? Because all of these, I feel like all these interrogation scenes, I always think, oh, it's so easy to not get caught. And it's like, I think a part of me is like, I could totally lie to a cop. And I feel like I know the basic premise of what you should do at
that.
I feel like I know the basic premise of what you should do whenever you're in any vicinity with the cop, which is basically don't say a word to them. But I tell you what, that classic thing of them trying to get a drink for you so that way they can get your DNA from your lips and stuff, that would be hard to deny. Because boy, howdy, could I go for a coffee.
Yeah. I mean, if they really wanted your DNA for something, they could probably just ask for it, couldn't they?
Yeah, but most people know not to do that. So instead what they do is they'll give you a drink so that way they can then be polite and get that drink for you after you're finished and then scan it.
Okay, I guess. Let's go focus on beating Clivesdale. Yeah, not after the game finishes. I raised the point of the fact that he would have been found after the game was over.
Oh, thanks, Dom.
Not the false confessions without any proof whatsoever. That practice dates back to the medieval times, I suppose.
It does, yeah.
Right.
I do appreciate that last comment being made by someone with the. I do appreciate.
This is where you find out that using that "Are you dumb" is actually a cop.
Right. They're actually talking to me specifically.
Yeah, we have imagine we have like a whole like subset of cops that like watch the channel, like that's like a
that's the only reason we get views. It's just our FBI agents.
Can you imagine like they like put like the streams up inside of the precinct and just like it's like, guys, they're live again. All right then, stop what you're doing. Put down the investigations.
Yeah, Abby is giving good advice, by the way. That whole thing of cops being good is usually not true, and Abby's giving helpful PSAs here in chat now.
My goodness. Oh right, you're talking about this comment here. Okay. If they'll go to this, especially if they'll go to they can, they will force a confession out of you.
Yeah, but then that could be argued in court. Then the court system gets a hold of that, and you could be.
They won't do it. They won't do anything to the cop, though.
They won't do anything to the cop, but you could get off or get like, get off get free if you like point out, hey, yo, this kind of was a forced confession, or I kind of was goaded into it.
I think you've glamorized our legal system a bit.
Oh no, I learned the legal system sucks, but maybe it could work sometimes.
Sure, sometimes, totally. Just not more than it should.
Oh no, it should work way better. I plead the fifth.
This only works in the US, by the way, because we don't have the fifth.
That is true. I don't know, like Aiden and I are speaking from like an American's perspective, and
because it's not like all cops being bad or something. It's like, granted, I haven't had that many interactions with cops in general. The biggest interaction with cops that I've had within the past 5 years is when I actually was when I was filming a parade, and they happened to be like filming myself. But then it was like a line of 4 cops that were behind my sight, so they probably thought I was filming them. So I just told them that I was in selfie mode. Yeah. Not like they did anything to me because of that, or they were going to, but I just wanted to clarify. So it's just they thought I wasn't like pointing a camera in their face for no reason.
I mean, in the case of America, American cops are kind of terrifying because they don't have a legal obligation to protect you.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of talks recently as well for making it so that the way they literally just can't get in trouble.
No, like literally, they're like, I think they're like 3 Supreme Court cases at this point. All that comes to the exact conclusion of cops don't have a legal right to protect you. They have a legal right to protect property. You are not property, so you are.
Yeah, you can be abusive if they want.
Someone's about to stab you. Oh, the cop doesn't legally have to.
God, no, and no repercussions.
And no repercussions will get to them if they like willingly overlook you for whatever reason, just because legally speaking they don't have to protect you, which makes me question why we need police at all if they don't legally have to protect you.
Yeah,
like that should at least be obligation to protect, to keep your safety. But
at the end of the day, it's just different soldiers. Abby is so real. As a Black American, I'm not trusting the police with anything. And also, Siri, Memento Mori. Again, hello. Nice to see you again in a second stream.
You know something? This that kind of threw me for a loop because I was like, wait a minute, and then I realized I've just been picturing Abby as like an identical twin of the whole time.
Yeah, me too. Like I just keep seeing her profile, and I'm just like, that's what she must look like. Even though it makes no sense.
That's not it.
Oh, good grief.
We lost to Clydesdale! Fucking Clydesdale!
I'm surprised that Officer Bailey cares so much about the result of our high school football team.
Oh my god. That reminds me of that bit in Alan Wake where he's been lied to. He's now sitting there alone. His wife isn't with him. He's getting mad. He's screaming and he's yelling and he's about to blow up. And he smacks this giant lamp onto the ground, and it makes just the most dinky, like, dun. And it's like, okay, are you serious? In this intense scene, they just didn't bother at all with sound effects for the lamp falling.
I mean, that kind of makes it ironically funny, technically. So
I mean, I've seen too many scenes of lack of sound effects in gacha videos, but yeah, as far as games go, that's definitely something. Yeah. The only thing that would make that better is if they replace it with like the wrong sound effects. There's only like wrong sound effects like mod packs that you can get.
Wait, I got a question, Jacob.
Like the drums.
Do you like having multiple? Do you like having too many sound effects in a video or no sound effects in a video?
Too many, easy.
Because has been Hotel the pilot. I like all the sound effects in it, but there were a lot of sound effects in the pilot.
The question is, why would I be
everything had a sound
between two extremes of a passage?
I know, but I just think the question is to see which extreme you would prefer.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those would you rather ones, and for me, I'm inclined to say too many sound effects, but then I'm realizing that probably invites like people who use like the Vine boom still or something.
Yeah, but
the Johnny Whip, the Johnny Test Whip sound effect.
Here's the thing. We're not saying
the violin from Kitchen Nightmares.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Aiden's not saying that either has to be used good. It's like, in the worst possible scenario, here's the poisons that you pick. Too many sound effects or none. I would say too many.
Yeah, I would very much prefer to hear something versus, hearing nothing. Bear in mind that we have watched My Shimmering Husband. So
and we had to add sound effects to get through it.
Yeah, we had to add music. We couldn't add sound effects, but yeah, that was just something. Yeah, that was.
Well, adding music to something is easy. Adding sound effects, you got to get hyper specific. Music, you just get decent music.
Yeah.
Unless you're like old gachas where it's like you put like fake love in the background of your gacha video. Fake love. It's like, oh my god, why?
Also,
this is a
Nemo,
dramatic scene, not helping.
Also, Nemo, yes, I think we brought this up like 2 or 3 streams now, where small towns just really like football. I thought about that recently, and I think maybe it's because they know that if they're not particularly popular or they don't have a lot of status to other schools, then maybe the idea is because you're doing football, that usually means you're competing with the local school. And if you become the best of the best, you can now have a name for yourself.
Yes, and I get why, from the perspective of the football side of things. What I was referring to is why the officer cares about the high school football team part, with emphasis on the high school. Because
some people are just really intense with it.
Some people just love football.
I mean, especially if they do care about football so much, they probably should have like a team like an adult league or something as well. all things considered.
You know, probably,
I
but
mean,
but my school definitely didn't.
To be fair as well, we don't know.
Oh, what? Your school didn't have an adult team? What a shock,
No.
BB.
To be fair, we don't.
Is that common practice down in the UK?
To be fair, there could be a plethora of factors of why he cares by a lot. One, he could have did football in high school, therefore he has a soft spot for the team and the high school.
Oh yeah, Green Jay thought the same thing. Ex-students, yeah.
Or he could hypothetically also have a kid who does football, or is really invested in football, which by proxy would make him slightly more invested potentially.
Kurt Mega does play one of the football team members, so that might be just a solid theory.
Oh yeah, I guess that's fair. I love you, dumb. I mean, let's be honest, there's not much to do in the Midwest anyways besides sitting in a cornfield and sitting in a Walmart parking
lot. Are You Dumb is a simple Midwest cop with a simple Midwest life.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna spill everything that you know about Richard Lipschitz.
And this is why you should name the deceased before you ask a question.
Wait, someone killed Richie?
Oh, well, we don't know anything about that one.
Or anyone! You four were his friends. Think, is there anyone in Richie's life who might have had it out for him? Someone who maybe had a grudge against nerdy prudes?
And thinking they all must die?
Killer left.
And again, this motif has come in a couple of times, again, of the Who Will Pray For You, but it actually has a proper use in another song.
Like the background.
They do hint of future songs as well as past ones in Starkid. Yeah,
Are You Dumb has clarified. They're just a Marylander with a deep hatred for corn. And for, this may be my Texan coming out, but I for one, love corn. It's very good.
No, it's not just a Texan, it's your inner Markiplier fan, because we know that he loves Del Monte corn.
A message written on the wall.
He tried real hard for that sponsorship.
Nerdy prudes must die. Now, does that mean anything to you?
I mean, the jock bully did it, called us that, that's it.
Yes, the jock bully that has been missing for a while now, for I think a couple of weeks, they said.
Here's the thing. They could just assume that he's alive somewhere and he's going on a killing spree.
I guess, but then the police will actively be looking for Max Jaegerman, which they do not want to happen.
Aren't they already looking for Max Jaegerman? I thought they were already looking for him.
They're looking for Richard.
They're not looking for Richie. Richie, they found his corpse.
Yeah, they found Richie. Yeah,
they found his corpse.
Yeah,
he's dead.
They're looking for information about Richard.
Yes, but they did find his corpse. They know he's.
They have not found information though.
California and just corn and football. What is this meta that's going on? I'm learning so much today.
It's so true. Here in Texas, I mean, I'm looking out of my yard right now, and I can already see the corn. Like, it's such an invasive species.
Okay.
Shapiro,
it's bleeding out.
I can see why Stephen King thought it would be scary.
Them at the old Whalen place. We found another one. The Jaegerman boy. Shit. Let's go.
Thanks for your help, kids.
I thought when the students said shit, I was like, wait a minute. Do they?
Yeah. Also, they dismembered him, and they still found him. Grace, what did you actually make them do?
Thanks for
Grace. You're bad at burying a body.
Yeah.
What happened to burning it in acetone?
Okay. So you cut it up. You cut it up in tiny pieces to the point where it's basically a bunch of mush. Then you pour so much acid and so much bleach on it that you melt everything, and then get some fertilizer. Put some fertilizer there. Get some dirt. Throw grass. Yeah. Listen, I haven't killed anyone. Okay. What? I mean, I'm sure it's hard to bury a body.
You grab the dirt. The dirt, Steph. You throw the grass. Throw the grass. Hopefully, this will fool the police as they pass.
We're fucked. They found Max.
You're just like, okay, I hope they show another frame what Ruth is doing right now, because that is just the funniest thing I've ever
Yes,
seen.
Ruth! We are fucked! For several reasons! Nerdy prudes must die.
Come on.
Those
Come
were
on, Ruth,
Jaegerman's
please.
last
Frame
words.
Ruth.
Exactly!
There we go. Just like climbed on the chest and went. Oh my goodness. I was cooking dinner, but now I can comment. Bailey was upset about the game because they lost to Clivesdale. Yes, I get the Clivesdale thing, just because it's a high school football thing. That's what we were talking about. It's been clarified now.
Clydesdale University beat the Hatchetfield University football team secretly.
They're not university, it's Hatchetfield High School.
Does
No.
UK have that thing?
Wait,
Like,
I
is
have
that
a
just
question.
an American thing? Or...
We don't have American football teams, that's what you're asking in the UK.
Well, no, but I mean, you guys have a football. It's soccer for us, but like...
I mean, well, there are honestly there are more football teams that are just like independent organizations. Like they'll be like local to a particular area, like for example, and like named after the location itself. So you can have like Hatchetfield football team, but it's not going to Hatchetfield High, for example. That's more common here than having like inter-school competition. Not to say they don't exist, they do, but that's just, you know, most people find like the other avenue, and that's the same in Spain as well, by the way.
Sure.
Coincidence. People tell me to die every day.
No, I don't think so,
That's
Ruth.
not healthy.
Yeah, I imagine Richie probably was part of that.
I think somebody knows what we did, and now they're after us. How could anyone know?
Most
Because someone spilled the beans. All are cool beans. I don't know about you guys, but I smell a heckin' rat.
Yeah, so she said, remember, she said keep the beans cool before. Gotta keep the beans cool. Yeah, anyway. They have a university in town, at least not with one with a football team. That's why the whole town cared about the games, was spread to help the coach. Again, that's why I was saying they can just have a local team, I suppose. That's what I was thinking. Anyway.
I mean,
Been talking to any telemarketers lately, Ruth?
I wish.
You're so desperate for attention.
oh my
Maybe
god.
Did you forget how desperate Ruth was?
you can get it by dishing up a big old plate of juicy gossip.
Hey, telemarketer, can I tell you about how I dismembered a body if you'll go on a date with me?
Also, bear in mind, just point this out, so we're on the subject of like Ruth's desperation. Grace is touching her right now.
Okay, I admit it crossed my mind. But no, then my anxiety kicked in and my mouth went all dry and don't bully me.
Leave Ruth alone.
Was it you, Steph? Or maybe it was you, Spankovsky.
No.
Someone told.
Or there was someone else in the house that night.
Don't be ridiculous. Wait. Someone else in the house.
Yeah.
That could work.
Grace?
I appreciate that the
do you
face
think?
you
Oh
made
no!
there was the exact
Grace is
same.
gonna
You
do
hear the
no!
theme tune, you hear the song, and you're like, wait, I don't know where this is going, but I already
Grace
know
is
I don't
gonna
like
sing
where
a
this is
framing
going.
song. We're gonna frame
I
a
like how the face she
person.
immediately made there was the same face she made when she just fully succumbed to Max's like halfway nude body.
We're gonna put the fingerprints on the house. They're gonna go to jail.
Okay, Grace is the one person Ruth doesn't want, maybe also Richie. Why not Richie, though? Grace I can understand, but why not Richie? That's what I've got. Like, Richie didn't want Ruth.
Richie's a corpse. That'd be gross, man.
I'm not talking about now, obviously. And neither is
I
Taylor
know.
Crazy, I believe. But yeah, like we're gonna analyze that for a second. It's like I mentioned before, where when Richie was talking about how desperate Ruth seemed, he's like, "Oh, you can hit it and quit it, yo," like that kind of thing. But he was saying that to Pete, like he would never consider it himself, despite the fact that he was just about as desperate as Ruth was. So, like, I'm surprised that never like crossed his mind at all. It's kind of, I guess, it's kind of similar to. I hate this comparison, but still kind of similar to MAMD, I suppose, where Joey Richter, the character, of course, didn't seem to be interested in. I forgot the character's name now because I tried to block that entire musical from my conscious for the rest of time. But it was like the neighbor character that was into him didn't consider her at all. He was only had eyes for eyes for, again, forgot the name of the of the other girl, the other lady. the hot one. Anyway, Cho Chang Yao. Oh no, that was Miss Kuta. Never mind. I remember that name, of course. I remember Miss Kuta and the Old Snatch. That's about as far as I remember for like names from that show. Anyway, baby girl can't in between bloodlust and actual lust. Nope, and I dare I say a lot of anime fans out there probably can't either. Don't know why is they call for blood don't use their feet. That's the eternal conundrum. We will never get an answer to this question. Maybe they were so close as kids never saw each other as anything
to be honest,
different.
it's probably just because Americans want to be different.
Oh yeah, we're talking about that previous comment. Yes, maybe. There's too much respect for Richie's pillows. I guess they were there first, much like Latsa from My Russian Girl, the gacha review we did yesterday. It was to respect the pecking order, I suppose. Everybody's now been touched a bit when Max was gone, so maybe built an immunity. Potentially, or I guess maybe she was just too scared right now to notice. Oh my goodness. And yes, you're right. She ain't Cho Chang, that's true. It was Sally and the hot one was Vanessa. I have bloodlust, mama. Mouth face to Oregon. Yeah, I do remember that seems like, give it to me. I got bloodlust. Will they get me? Yes, they go with a gun. That could be a song, by the way. Go with a gun.
Relax, ye of little faith. I'm gonna get those pigs off our backs.
Yeah, we don't get another reprise. They've already done it twice. You, however, get a return of
This is Hatchetfield Action News with Dan and Donna.
Shock, despair, tragedy. All of Hatchetfield is reeling after an unspeakable loss. A loss to the Clivesdale chemists. But chin up, Nighthawks. We'll get them next year.
In other news,
again, the high school football team made the news.
2 Hatchetfield High students have been brutally murdered.
That is what happens here as well.
What, 2 school teams get? Oh, wait, you mean the high school football teams get on the news?
Yep. We're taking you live to City Hall for an emergency press conference with Mayor Solomon Lauder.
People of Hatchetfield, our town is no longer safe. 2 teenage boys are dead. And until the murderer
So
is
what?
brought to justice...
2 murders happen? I guess it's a small town. I was about to be like, 2 murders happen? Go to New York City. 2 murders happen every minute.
I am
probably.
I don't think most people would not describe New York City as safe anyway.
Locking this city down. We'll be implementing a strict curfew. No one aged 18 or under will be out past sundown. They'll be safe at home or at school.
Wait, even if you're 18? Dang, you're already a legal adult and you're restricting them. I see how it is.
Yes, both victims were 18. I think that's why he's specifying that.
Yeah, but like, come on, you're an adult at that point. You don't tell him what to do.
He's the mayor. Yes, he does.
Two murders happen, and then everyone has to go on a all quote unquote kids have to do a curfew. Screw you! I do what I want. The murderer can find me all the murderer wants. Come at me, bro.
You sound like all those people who didn't want to wear a mask during the pandemic.
Okay, that's different. This isn't a disease. This is a.
So what? A couple of people are dying. Don't you with me?
Oh, well, see, again, just like the people during the pandemic, Aiden. Well, this is different because this isn't a disease.
Yeah, it's not a disease. Yes.
Well, that's what they insisted on as well.
Well, it was a disease. They're just stupid.
Well,
I never heard them say it wasn't a disease. I heard them say it was fake, so I guess that counts.
Yeah.
All right,
anyways, in this case, come on, a curfew. Do curfews even work? I'm not even what? I never even brought it up.
I just want to put that on screen. It's another thing. It's another like one of the bingos that Bon has for me.
Bon, I will bite your ankles.
Okay, sure.
I don't know if you're tall or not. You may be short,
like the upcoming song.
Tall, but I will still bite your ankles.
It looks like the upcoming song is a fan favorite.
Yes, and since the comment section has brought it up, or since the chat's brought it up already, I will also say that's that motif that I've brought up twice that I said was going to play into something in the future rather than be used before. Like that's where it comes in now. I was going to save that to see if you recognize it, but like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Every inch.
Mayor Lauder, is there any truth to the rumor that your daughter has been questioned by the police? Is she a suspect?
My daughter is cooperating fully with the investigation. She has nothing to hide. What about you, eh? The killer could be any one of you. So don't point your fingers at me. Point them at your neighbors. Your co-workers.
No! That's not healthy!
Solomon Murder is the reverse politician. Whereas most politicians would try to like reduce the level of panic as much as possible. He's like,
point your fingers at everyone. Hey,
yep.
Your best friend, they could be a serial killer. Although I got a question: does killing 2 people make you a serial killer technically?
Oh, Abby says that one of those reporters is Boy Jerry.
Could be a serial killer.
I mean, okay. I mean, the Boy Jerry recently has a vacancy to fill in the musical, so.
And I missed.
I've never known darker times, and I've covered the protests live at the Hatchetfield's Kennel. I am Dan Reynolds with Action News weekdays at 10.
By the way, that's the first time I think we've seen. Well, see, wait, have you seen Dan Reynolds in Nightmare Time? I forgot if we have now. There's so many Nightmare Time episodes.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's the first time we've seen Dan Reynolds in one of the musicals, even though he's been referenced in each of them.
I hate to relay the news, but the football team might be screwed. Stay inside, watch your children.
That's like a lyric phrase.
There's a man on the loose and he's got a gun. Better put out the APB.
Wait, how do you know he's a man? It's not, well,
how do you know he has a gun? Because like I don't think either of the murders were gun related, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know how Richie died because I don't know how the ghost actually killed him. Probably strangulation.
I feel like he got scooped. It seems like Max was like closing in on him. I don't know. He probably, I imagine blunt force trauma of some kind.
I don't know. But what's his? Well, actually, to be fair, they may not know how what's his name died technically because they kind of bleached his body and did a lot of stuff to the corpse. So who knows if they even recognize how he died? I mean, forensic work is cool, but who necessarily knows?
It's a horror that I preach that's increasing the drama with blunt force trauma. I don't know. That's not very good.
The cycle's killed 2. If he gets me next, make it 3.
Wait, no. Before this, you're like, oh yeah, 18-year-olds and unders have to stay indoors. If he gets me, sir, are you 18? Yeah. Because if you're 18, I'm concerned because you have an 18-year-old daughter. Is all I'm saying. I mean, how does that work? You had a baby when you were 1. You were in the womb and got pregnant. Or got someone pregnant in the womb.
He was purple. Okay, he was purple nub and swatted. Yeah, that's true. Actually, that was the first scene. So yeah, no gun related stuff that happened at that point. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, honestly, they're more likely to assume that they're targeting the football team. I mean, think about it. Like first they target like the jock, and then whoever targets the mascot. Realistically, they're more likely to assume someone's targeting the football team rather than like 18-year-old.
I would suspect the chemists. Actually, that's a very good point. If I'm the average person, I would be suspecting not my neighbors or anything, but I would be suspecting there's like, if you think about it, if everyone is like behind beating Clivesdale, why would anyone like intentionally sabotage the big game? Specifically playing against Clivesdale before the end of it. Again, I feel like Richie probably was murdered after the game, but apparently that's not what the chat seems to think.
Probably mid-game. Or he's actually more likely murdered after the game.
Exactly, that's what I was saying.
Because like everyone would go down to the locker room to literally see his corpse.
That's what I said before. And the chat was like, no, it was mid-game. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know if the writers thought that through or they either did.
Because they're saying that they lost because the mascot wasn't there, and so they just said, "Oh yeah, it must have been the second half." But again, based on like how they were,
maybe that song takes place before the big game, maybe because They said he's sweaty, and earlier in the musical, he did mention that he has issues.
But then they said like, oh, they weren't playing with like the best player, which would be or their key piece, which was the mascot, implying the mascot would have to be out during the game anyway.
Yeah,
because so they wouldn't have told him to take a shower, is what I mean, during that time, because I can't remember going back to this again.
The game's just starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen. Look. Okay, I'm trying to make sense of things. It's like trying to make sense of FNAF. You know, like I'm trying, but like the math ain't mathin'. Things that are supposedly connecting aren't connecting. You know,
I mean, whenever anyone tries to make sense of FNAF, you complain. So
I know it doesn't really make sense because
it does to me.
BB, sometimes your explanations also don't make sense when you try. It's like it's so clear. It's like no.
Well, yeah, it is really clear.
What?
Just put all the puzzle pieces in the right spots, and it all makes sense.
Okay, maybe it could have been after intermission if they told him to the showers. If you're saying the mascot does not have any role after intermission, then I question, therefore, why would they be expecting the mascot to return, and why would that have like decreased the morale if the mascot did not show up, if they would not expect the mascot to show up in the first place? Still doesn't work.
Also, isn't to keep morale up the whole point of the cheerleaders as well, technically?
Honestly, I don't really know what the point of cheerleaders are.
I think the cheerleaders and the mascot work in conjunction with each other.
Here's the thing. Cheerleaders are rad, but I've never really seen them affect a football game very much, honestly.
You know what? That's got to be like a theory of some kind. I don't know what theory this would fall under on like the theorist roster, but
maybe film theory, because a lot of it's televised.
I suppose, yeah, that's true.
Honestly, you know what? Why didn't game theory actually end up making make sports theory?
They talked about this. It's because the copyright is so incredibly volatile.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's the same reason they haven't made music theory. Book theory they never made because a lot of that gets turned into films and stuff, so it'd be pointless for them.
To be fair,
and there's not as much visuals.
To be fair, in relation to music theory, another issue with that as well would probably be the fact that they can't cover like half the songs that exist in general.
That's what I just said.
So
because of the contents. What, do they want to have a lyrical breakdown of The Shape of You?
Why not?
You know, I'm just saying, I don't know if that's great to be shown to 13-year-olds or 12-year-olds, but you know.
They've been getting a lot more spicy recently, Aiden. I don't know if you've seen a lot of their recent content, but they've played on the edge a bit more than they used to, for sure.
Yeah, I remember watching this one theory about like crows recently.
What's the actual age rating of most of the horror games they cover?
E for everyone.
Pete, no.
It's treated like the games are treated like E for everyone by like kids and stuff when they're really like teen.
Yeah, it's teen and up usually.
So then clearly that would not have been a concern for them if they've already been doing that. Right?
Yeah, but most of their viewers are technically children, so
I repeat
my
statement.
Okay, but God, this is the same issue I have with FNAF, where people are like, "Oh, but there's so many kids playing the games. You know, he can't do that. It's a horror franchise. The kids can suck it up. Why are their parents letting them play the dead children video game franchise?"
I mean, fair enough, but at the same time, I mean, the only reason I bring it up is purely because when you pander to children, because like FNAF, for example, is one of those examples of altering the contents, like comparing like the first.
Unless you read the books.
Comparing
the books have gone real crazy.
Comparing the first 3 FNAF games to like Security Breach, it's like night and day. Clearly, they're trying to make it more family friendly or like soft.
Yes, this channel covered the original games anyway. So back to what I was saying before, it's clearly not a concern of theirs.
Yeah. Also, if you look at the 2025 slate, a lot of that actually looks very horror focused, except for Five Laps at Freddy's. That's the only like silly, goofy game on the list. It looks like.
Anyway, but yeah, no. What I was gonna bring up is like I watched this one film theory where they're talking about like Crows EXE or something like that, you know. And like I just hated the beginning. I hated the beginning where the guy was like, "Oh man, this theory is going into deeper directions that we have never explored before, and this touches on very sensitive stuff."
And it pretty much shut. And previous thing, it was 100% serious, and 100% it was no darker or no deeper. Didn't go anywhere that they haven't in other theories that they didn't do that kind of disclaimer for. So, and that personally annoyed me. I'm like, are you full of it? Like what? Like, have you
got to do with like the age rating of like games or any other stuff we were talking about?
Well, it was an ARG thing.
So it's not Crow EX. I don't know what that even is. It's Crow Country. Sorry, no, Crow 64. You're thinking of Crow 64.
Crow 64, yeah. So no, but that's just one of the things that I found weird. I'm like, God.
Crow Country is a separate Crow-based horror game.
Crow Country is Crow EXE, not Crow EXE.
Yeah, you're thinking Crow 64.
Crows are creepy. That's the determination.
Well, it was nothing to do with actual crows besides metaphorical crows. But yeah,
it has quite a bit to do with crows.
Metaphorical crows. Everything's metaphorical in that energy. Anyways, they found him in the toilet.
It's crows in quotes. It's that the game is called Crows.
Yeah.
Well, you see, the crows are like the father, and like there's like a sick crow's like the daughter or something.
I like how you're talking about this, but clearly don't know anything about the actual source material.
Oh no, I do. Listen, I've seen discussions on it. I'm just I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay,
I'm gonna be honest. I can't remember everything off the top of my head.
Then they thought of it much since it was nice to skip things and wander off. If it was
I would hope
the end of the day, and thus the game. The more that you lot try to say that it was the middle of the game, the more you're giving me more evidence that it was not the middle. Anyway, people think they didn't come back out for half time.
Why wouldn't you go back to your locker? Your locker.
If they were expecting him to, then that means they probably shouldn't have told him a shout. Again, hit the shower line implies that's the end of.
Wouldn't you check, or at least like ask the water boy or something to check mid game, or like 3/4 of the way in if he's taking a shower? Like they can't be like, oh yeah, he's taking an hour-long shower. Avi. Anyways, musical.
Yeah, crows are my favorite animal. They are so smart.
They are quite clever.
Rick and 2 crows, everyone.
We're chasing wild goose and we don't know how. Watch the blade go around.
Oh look, they're doing the best crow impression.
And down, 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 down.
Especially Corey in the back there. And down, down.
Swinging the hatchet now in Hatchet Town.
Hands on the hatchet handle, swinging on the youth. It's a hatchet scandal.
There it is.
I don't really like this song too much. I mean, it's all right, but like,
I mean, we did like pause the middle of time to talk about FNAF, the Theorist channel.
No, but just going off this, like again, like the whole like Grace Chastity songs before and after the murder were way more catchy and way more. I don't know. I like them way more than this song. This song
is the third example of a song that increases. I've seen maybe even fourth song that increases or decreases tempo. I seem to be like almost every musical number in this show plays around with tempo, and exactly once has that worked for me in this case. Although maybe this one kind of half and half actually. Because clearly, this is the catchy part, so this is the part they really wanted you to remember.
Well, your folks will end up a cannibal's plate. It ain't great.
I think it's just because like you get to see like the other people in the town that you haven't seen like so many other things. Even Nightmare Time, some people just don't feature.
You're on the run, then you are hiding. Suddenly this quiet town's exciting.
I heard that the brains were soup, their intestines were cut in two.
Okay, and now they're staying with the slower tempo that they didn't have before, which I like more, for the record.
So it's gotta be Donna. Yeah, it's gotta be Donna.
Dad!
And that's when Dan and Donna went their separate ways. And yes, boy Jerry. Okay.
Ziggy was in the school. We all know that the local news selling drugs to our children.
So, is that a crime?
Well, that
Ziggy
now.
Yeah. Yay! They should.
Yeah.
So they should be more stuff. Honestly, I want a musical with them.
I didn't know who they were when I first saw this.
No, I love them in Smoky Buds.
Perky's Buds.
Perky's Buds.
Smoky's Buds would be
Smoky
really on the
Buds.
nose, wouldn't it?
No, Perky's
The
Buds.
Smoke Club isn't.
Sure,
granted, they're probably not going to have any other role in the musical from now on, which I'm kind of sad. They need more roles.
I certainly don't love killing.
Yeah, I put Bond's comment on the screen too early. There you go. Frederick McValentine. We don't know when or where Richie's body was covered. Didn't they, again, first scene? They got a pretty tight lid, toilet lid on that. So giving them
number, a real showstopper. Sorry, I like that song.
Okay, not so why you brought that one up now.
I'm thinking of it now. Anyways, yes.
Okay. It's going to be.
Oh, wait! Put the comment from Green Jade on screen.
What? Something on screen?
Green Jade's comment.
Oh, okay. Right. I see what you mean.
Implies neutral, not on killing.
We have to explain that one for this channel because that's more of like the main channel.
Well, yeah, but
I also have neutral thoughts on it.
But
we know.
Maybe.
We all know. This has been long documented in other videos we've done. We don't know
Go watch The Mean Girl if you want to get the neutral joke. Watch literally episode 1. It's literally like one
remake version, please.
Remake version. It's literally like one of the opening scenes where we actually get the neutral joke and reference.
It is the opening scene. In fact, it is the second line of dialogue.
He's on the loose and he's got a gun and he's got a motive to kill. I'm in a hurry. The case is closed. His description matches the bill.
Okay, so I guess I stand corrected. There was a tiny bit of Jeff Blim in this.
It's the bill. The killer's gotta go for what he's done. If you don't take him in, I will. Get your hands on me. Down. Who's swinging the hatchet now?
Well, I mean, he's old.
He's got his hands on the hatchet. What? I am the man.
You did say to cast suspicion on everyone, so
when I said cast suspicion on everyone, I meant everyone but me. God.
Of course.
He didn't think the leopards would eat his face, but the leopard.
Excuse me? How dare you?
Imagine if they just replaced Corey with James just for a scene. Just like it was me all along. Leonardo was never in this scene. And fourth wall joke.
I remember before the lockdown.
We all remember before the lockdown. Again, this was their first big show after lockdown. But also, I remember before lockdown in universe. You think this just started.
Sun was shining on our town, and our kids could walk the streets. Oh, I remember the candy and rainbow.
And they really just let her go.
No hatred, only halos. And I knew
By the way, Rainbow's were
what a
fixing
life
lockdown.
could mean until Gerald went on his murder spree.
I would have been killing. I think killing rhymes better. Killing spree instead of murder spree.
Actually, I thought that she was gonna say killing spree, and I think it would have done the job technically speaking, but I actually prefer murder.
No, it was Gerald. Linda, call my lawyer.
Oh.
David Goldstein, attorney at law here. You know that my client, Gerald Monroe, was... Anyway.
Oh, where is Linda at? Linda will be such a good...
She's on the phone.
No, but I mean, Linda actually being in this musical would actually work really good for his number because, Linda's the kind of person who would point fingers at everyone.
This is true.
I think Linda would try to.
As a mom, I can't have my boys in a world without. I can't live without my boys. I was gonna
As
say
a mother,
boys.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I must make sure the guilt is laid on the person loves killing. Except for my children.
Let's kill them!
Someone's got their hands on the hatchet handle. Swinging on the youth, it's a hatchet scandal.
Imagine if this was the way they would like chasing Gerald just down the street.
Jacob, are we ever gonna do a full on like Butterverse related like live musical? Because that'd be awesome.
We're still waiting for the animated musical, or even the VOD of the musical that already happened.
They never sent it to me.
They should have.
Well, I meant more of like the official version, like official, completely canon, because like
that could have been canon.
Well, it was a bridge because we couldn't.
It was a bridge, and you know,
and we had limited cast. So if I can find a big enough ensemble, then then yeah, sure.
God, I'd go to the UK just to act in a musical.
My blonde children, yeah, fair enough.
My 4 beautiful blonde boys.
Get ready for audience. Auditing you want to. Yeah. Everyone's saying I knew it was Gerald.
Dang, why are you bullying Gerald? Gerald's trying his best. He may have a horrible wife, but you know, he's trying his best with his 4 blonde boys.
Of course.
Careful, or your kids will encounter a terrible fate. We're at Hell's Gate. You're better on the run from this bloody letting. Suddenly the show is real upsetting.
I mean, yes, suddenly.
Looking like the hatchet sun is setting on us. Who can we trust? Who's swinging the hatchet now? Can I shit or will I drown? Man down, 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 down. Who stepped on a hollow ground? In Hatchet Town.
Again, only stand up. Wow.
Hey! School is on lockdown. Where do you think you're going?
Rehearsal. I'm running the light board for the school production of the Barbecue Monologues.
We're going to talk about Barbecue Monologues in a second.
Ah, Barbecue Monologues, eh? I saw that in New York.
Really? How was it?
Fucking transcendent.
Wait, what's that mean?
All right, move along.
Does that mean like
with House of Leaves?
Heavenly? What does that mean? What does transcendent mean?
Yeah, like it was so good. It was elevating, you know, for the spirits. Yeah.
Okay.
And the chat can't agree on how to say it.
Oh god, she's gonna get murdered.
This is a play within a play. Which, by the
with House of Leaves.
I'm gonna wait.
You're playing a play with House of Leaves?
No, a book within a book.
Oh. The invisible improv bird.
It's a high school play. What do you say?
Here's the thing about a barbecue.
Oh god, he's southern now.
It brings folks together.
No southern accent.
From all walks of life.
Southern men are scary.
There's a story behind every burger.
Okay, that's not scary. That's kind of a dumb voice I do for him, but I like it.
It's very clearly a southern accent.
Cat Bob.
Yeah, it's meant to be a funny though.
I hope these stories
Oh, I want
tonight are
to again. God. Anyways, back to
a lot like these patties.
That's my brain.
Nice. Oh, hey, they've got some decent Foley. Yeah, again, for a high school play, not bad.
Well done.
The question is, what is he holding currently on the other hand?
A steak?
You hear that?
Above a spatula that's holding down a patty, he's holding a steak in his hand.
Flashlight?
That's the sound of love.
Family.
What?
Passion.
Betrayal.
I
I just want to make him happy.
I just want my neighbor to finally notice me.
I want to remember who I am.
What are you doing?
Of my barbecue.
My barbecue.
My barbecue.
My barbecue.
There's just no consistency. Who directed this, like in universe? I mean,
These are our barbecue monologues.
and again, just to really cement this, they're out of they're out of sync because, of course, they would be in high school. Okay, so barbecue monologues. Mild tangent here. So, some time ago, there was a try not to laugh on the Smosh Pit channel. If you don't know, Smosh Pit do a try not to laugh video every week, and sometimes they have guests on. And in this particular one, they brought in Starkid specific. They're like featuring Team Starkid, but then they specified that it was the cast of Barbecue Monologues. And at the end of that particular try not to laugh, they promote Nelly Prudes Must Die, which at the time was either not out yet or had just been released. I think it wasn't out yet, but they were promoting it before it happened.
Well, Jacob, now we have to go back and watch that video. I thought we had already gone through the rest of the universe. No one mentioned that there was a singular Smosh.
It's not part of the universe.
Evidently, that's not true.
What do you mean? No. Okay.
That one video, it sounds like it couldn't be further from canon.
No,
like it couldn't be further from not canon.
BB,
I assure you, it is.
BB, it's literally, I'm pretty sure it's literally just the cast of Starkid coming up with some wacky comedy bit.
Yeah, as themselves.
I bet you I could go watch it right now and I would come back saying it's canon. That sounds real canon to me.
I literally, it's just a wacky bit with the same actors. That's like us, I don't know, on Pixelmon or something, being like, guys, we're all actors doing wacky bits. Maybe some bits are similar to the Butterverse with comedy related. Therefore, Pixelmon is canonically connected to the Butterverse. No, it's not.
But it's not like that at all, because we don't just straight up share the exact same bit. This straight up just takes the name.
I've
seen the video. They don't share the same bit.
BB, I do the Southern bit all the time. I do a Southern joke on occasion.
Okay, but that's
in several different series.
Lots of people are Southern. That's not good enough for evidence. This is good enough for evidence. This is just the straight up same play.
I've literally made the neutral joke on here. That's like
saying, but this isn't RP. Pixelmon is, so this under like no real circumstances could be.
They're not.
Of course, your favorite trying to laugh, Abby. You get a double dose of Angela. Of course, it is. See, some people have been saying, you know something? Maybe we should go and watch this because apparently we have a crossover with some of the Smosh audience and the Starkid audience. Maybe really? Yeah, so maybe we should watch that. Not for lore purposes, but I think actually that might be another interesting avenue for us. And I assure you, we were not out of content for a long time.
I got a question, though. When are we going to go back to Tin Can Bros eventually? When are we going to do that?
That's a good question. We could technically do that like in a couple of weeks, because I think next week we're supposed to do Working Boys. So maybe
let's finish this off first, and then
so in 2 weeks' time we can go back to some Tin Can Bros content. Maybe some of their sketches, because we skipped those for Spider Forever.
I feel like after we finish all the Hatchfield stuff, we probably should touch on the Harry Potter trilogy, or final part of the Harry Potter trilogy.
See, here's the thing: like other than like Hatchetfield stuff, I've been going mostly in order as far as Starkid releases go. So that's why we have like Little White Lie, MAMD in between those. There's also another musical called Starship that I haven't seen yet. That comes before a Harry Potter senior year.
Starship? Is that original?
Yes, I think so. I think it is.
Or is it like a parody of Star Trek or something? Because like it could.
Again, haven't seen it, so I can't confirm. But it sounds. I think it is original.
Also, what that means is that you lot in chat have to give us recommendations for Tin Can Bros.
Oh yeah, if you have any recommendations for Tin Can Bros, like anything you think was really cool that you really want us to see. Put it in the comments, especially. If you put it in the comments, we're more likely to remember and check it.
This is true, considering that we did do a whole detour about reading the comments before we start this video.
Yes. Starships were meant to fly.
Fly.
I forgot the rest of the lyrics. Okay.
No, that is the lyrics. It's like the way that you like. It was almost like you know, it's like the frequency up on like on dial something. It's like meant to fly. That's what it reminded me of.
Reach up and touch the sky.
Yeah, parody of Alien, kinda. Okay, I have to make sure Quasi's watching then.
Although, I mean, if they weren't already chest bursters, I could think of way funnier ways to do it. Unless if it gets on a woman, she'll get pregnant with the baby and her stomach will explode. Actually,
Oh my goodness! I closed down. I had like something blocking the view of like our like viewership. You know, last time I was saying like, oh wow, you know, 24 is like that's like an all-time high for us. Yeah, we're at 31 viewers now currently watching us.
Dang. Cray.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are amazing.
Wait, oh my god.
Hi, all 31 people.
You get to listen to our madness. Look at them cooking. I really like what's her name? The girl in the hat. I really like her outfit. Forget her character.
I don't think the character has a name.
No, really? Oh.
Well, I don't think the characters in Barbecue Monologues are ever named because, as I was trying to explain before about Barbecue Monologues, 32 now, by the way, it is a play within a play. So I actually looked this up because I did search around for Barbecue Monologues, and as far as I can tell, there was never like any official version. There's like a Reddit thread where, you know, kind of like gaslights into thinking they performed this for real. But no, this does seem to be a case that there was the cast of Barbecue Monologues that was supposed to be there originally, including Jeff Blim, actually, but I guess this must have been before Rent, I suppose. And that's why I put in Prudes at the end.
Honestly, I can totally see them eventually bringing this back in like a full capacity, kind of how they
if Working Boys did that, then yes. However, if we're talking about stuff like up within like the musicals themselves, then before we get to Working Boys, we got to get past Santa Claus Goes to High School.
Is that? Oh yeah, I forgot that's like an universe movie.
Wait, okay, I remember that, but did they release a full version of that?
Sorry?
Did they release a full version of that?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Well, you know.
So yeah, so if they're doing that with stuff with Working Boys now, then it follows that maybe they would decide to do that with Santa Claus Goes to High School first, because again, it's been longer. Joey Angel's Barbecue Monologue characters don't have a name. Okay, so a character has a high school name, or at least the high school does, and it's Caitlin. Okay, so the high schooler's name is Caitlin. Fair enough. So apparently John's, Trevor, and Mariah's characters have a name. Okay, all right. Jeez, everyone's going to leave me. Yeah, please don't. Please subscribe first if you're going to do that. We're trying to get to 1,000. Anyway, this guy's name like Nicholas or something. I don't know. They came up with names without giving an official name. Oh, this is the most theater person thing ever. Like whenever I'm given like an extra character in a play of some kind, or just like one with like a few lines of dialogue or something, which you know can happen in ensemble theater, I give them like a full-on backstory in my head. Like I will sometimes, like whenever I have to like pretend there's something going on, I'm acting out a scene that's part of like this character's journey during this time, like a very pivotal moment in their lives.
Man, it was a shame.
I was in Rent, actually.
I was in Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and I played George, or sorry, Washington. I think whatever his name officially was in the play, and I remember seeing it, and I sneezed, and in that sneeze, I thought, you know, what if this was George Washington, though?
George Washington.
And that is why I can't remember if his name is George or Washington, because in my head, he is George Washington. But yeah. It's annoying because they kept on trying to shut that idea down, and I'm like, nope, this is George Washington to me.
Yeah, so yeah, in the case of like, I guess because we've talked about you know, Jeff Blim being in Rent, I was in a high school equivalent version of Rent, and yeah, so my character was like, there was a scene where it was an AIDS support group, and there was introducing themselves in order, And so, you know, it's like, okay, I'm Rick, Gordon, Allie. I played Allie. That was my one line was saying my character's name. And from that, I decided that I was Allie Newton, a librarian who's best friends with Romilly, aka Romy, and they're both extreme fans of Maureen, who's one of the characters in the show, and that's why in a later scene when there's like a performance done by Maureen, they are super into it, which eventually culminated in part of like an improv session where we were told like still be in character during like the middle of like a rehearsal. And I happened to mention like to Maureen's scene partner that I was a huge fan because that was again part of my backstory at this point, firmly established, which resulted in like in I didn't realize that like the actress who played Maureen was like right behind, so she just went like, "Darling," you know, like turned her around. And so then, of course, like in character, I was like, I actually felt like super like intense, like fangirly joy at that moment, despite the fact that I already knew the actress and had done so for quite some time. So, like I had convinced myself so much of this story that I was actually fangirling to see somebody that I already knew. That's the power of theater right there. Anyway. Is the Hatchetfield obligatory showception working for Psychosocial, the Blinky Show, and Barbecue Monologues? Yes, in that order, I presume.
Isn't Blinky such a great guy, though? Blinky's such a great guy.
He's definitely something.
Blinky's so nice.
Well, he's also a baby, and I don't know that very many babies are, like, nice.
I get doing monologues. I did a lot of English up at Horizon High School, and it was so fun. Yeah, like I personally do prefer the interactions of multiple characters. This actually was an issue for me writing like a lot of the physical plays that I would do, was the fact that I had such a big ensemble cast, thus an abridged version of the Butterverse musical that hasn't aired. So, but yeah, I can't contain myself because I like to have like multiple characters, like many characters, just to make the world feel big. But yeah, so monologues for me. Somewhat also counterintuitive. It's like, well, you have to like describe everything that's happened for these other people. It'd be nice to see that there's two eyes actually see them. I get why it's there, just not for me personally.
You know what is a good way to get around in actual like stage plays, not having a huge cast. If you don't have a huge cast, just name dropping people or name dropping like stuff that happened and stuff in the world, and just to like get around it, being like, oh man, you remind me of Susie's bucket. So when she decided to pour water on Jeremy, you know, that really wasn't cool of her. And you're just reminding me of her right now. It's like, God. And it's like she acted so smug, especially when she went to go talk to her friend Kira. You know, her and Kira like were like snickering about it. It's like, oh my God. You know, it's like they're the worst, you know. It's just like, God. Oh yeah, look now they're doing it again over there. Oh, they're the worst. They're the worst.
I just think they could have like described like live commentary of something that's happened. It's like, oh no, she's got a bucket of water again. She's gonna pour it over.
She got her best friend. Oh my God.
My name is said.
Which one? Kira?
Your name, Kira. Kira the
cop. I gotta tell you, your name is dumb.
Whoa! Oh wait, you're referencing the username. Oh, I thought you were actually insulting them. I was like, whoa, that's mean.
No. Their name is R, obviously.
Oh, sorry.
Wow, you actually.
I do that thing.
Wow. BB insults people. Wow.
Man, what world-altering news is that?
Kira is the name of one of my favorite Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's such world-altering news on par with shirtless Hugh Jackman in movie scene. Full circle.
Movie scene and Deadpool.
I will say, I do like monologues, but I like monologues where it's structured as you speaking to yourself.
That was great, guys! Oh! Okay, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Can you give me a little more heart?
Yeah, okay, Caitlin.
When you say my barbecue.
Yeah.
Ruth, I think we missed a light cue.
Well, someone got the cue line wrong. It's supposed to be, I want to
remember who I used to be, Trevor.
Well, it wasn't Nicholas, it was Trevor, clearly. Also, this is very accurate to some lighting technicians, where if you get like the cue line wrong, they just don't account for it. So yeah, I guess like, yeah, that would mean they would miss like the time to input because they have to react in time, but also they can still press the button, I feel.
I lose my spot when they don't stick to the script. All right, everyone, let's take 10, then place us for the top of the show. Thank you, 10. Thank you, 10. Ruth, we need to refocus that light center stage. You think you can handle it?
Ah, yes, from the center stage.
Oh my god, he's gonna hang over the lights.
God, gotta do...
I guess I can come down to the center stage to refocus a light that should be beyond my reach, realistically speaking.
Nah,
she's Magneto.
She's Luffy. She can stretch. Mr. Fantastic about to go whoop.
That time Mr. Fantastic like activates his powers. He just goes whoop every time. Every time he stretches, whoop, whoop.
John,
Anyway.
that's like a robot. It's like that's like Minecraft where you fall, get a little bit damaged, and it's like, oof.
You know,
well, okay, they haven't had that sound effect in like 10 years, BB. I don't know what Majimike have you been playing?
When Siri wrote the name Trevor, I read it for a second and thought of like Trevor from Fallen Angels. For a brief second, I was like, wait, why are we bringing up Trevor from Fallen Angels? Like, wait, no, we're not referencing him. We're not referencing.
Maybe that's what Minecraft is missing nowadays. They should add
Trevor from Fallen Angels. I agree, Minecraft is missing that.
You're talking about two different things at the same time.
So this is what it's like, huh? To be in the spotlight instead of the booth.
I don't know. I mean, I think being a like a theater tech actually be pretty cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the idea of being on stage, but I think being a theater tech is actually kind of cool, personally.
Jacob, do not throw shade. I took an entire class about theater tech.
No, I'm talking about like people's like I'm saying that with like the interactions I've had with theater techs, they don't seem to enjoy themselves nearly as much as the people on stage.
No, well, I will say I can tell you that the lights are very dangerous, which I guess is just a fun fact.
Yeah, that doesn't affect enjoyability at all. In fact, if anything, it will probably most likely hinder it.
Could at least as well as Caitlin.
Or Trevor.
You know, she
wasn't for my anxiety.
You know, if her sweater was orange, she could pass as Velma.
She needs the glasses.
Yeah, the headgear can count as glasses.
What? Ah, yes. I need to see better. What am I going to do?
Oh, God, it sounds painful.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. If you want to know why people saying that's good for 40 or 14 going on 40, that will be explained in a moment.
Oh, I mean, I was just thinking of the Six the Musical thing. I was 13 going on 30.
Oh,
he
no,
was
Siri, why would you,
know,
say that?
It was gonna say, it's like all you gotta do is that song.
All you gotta do is join us and die.
Oh, no, that's Starkid. I was referencing Six the Musical about King Henry's 6 wives.
Okay. You should watch Orbit Squad. She was Velma in Tin Can Bros. There you go.
Wait, what? Wait a minute. These could be doing Tin Can Bros with that. What?
We talked about this months ago when we found out Tin Can Bros existed. Remember? That was like one of the first things they told us because there was a Scooby-Doo version on there.
Did you do a musical or a skit?
Musical, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god, I need it. I need it.
Now you need it. Okay, when they told us about Tin Can Bros, I think we were talking about the fact that Starkid never did a Scooby-Doo musical. Then somebody said, oh, well, Tin Can Bros did. I've said, who are Tin Can Bros? They went, who are Tin Can Bros? And they told us who Tin Can Bros were. So that was the inspiration. So yes, they did a Scooby-Doo musical.
I mean, as long as it's better than that one recent SNL skit. Like, I saw some Scooby-Doo fans online being like, oh, it's so funny. Not really. I mean, the jokes about Scooby-Doo were unoriginal in there. It's like, oh, what if they pulled off someone's face instead of a mask? Ooh, real original.
Already did that joke in one of the confession videos.
Real.
Aha! It was my nemesis, a skeleton. Anyway.
It was like a real original joke. Oh, Fred goes psycho and threatens everyone. Real original. Oh, I don't know. Shaggy ends up getting a body part cut off with the revolving bookcase that is used in all Scooby-Doo media. Such an original joke that isn't obvious. You know, it's like, God. The jokes were like, if like out of all the adult Scooby-Doo jokes I have heard people make, like adult parody of Scooby-Doo, I have like heard very similar jokes to those, if not the exact same jokes before. None of those are new to me. I'm like, you're gonna have to try harder than that to like actually make a good parody.
The biggest mistake was watching SNL.
Oh no, I just saw the skit. I don't watch SNL.
My dreams?
I don't watch cringe.
I'm the star of the show. In my dreams?
I'm on Nightmare Time.
That's not a good dream to have.
My barbecue.
Then again, she does look like she's in the black and white right now.
Maybe she is going to black and white.
I like how now the lights have faded up for her as well. As if like her own cue is there.
No, I haven't seen your grill brush, Maury. Yes, I used it.
Is Bori an actual name? Was that a comment like Boris and Laurie or something? So that was just something that she made up on the spot.
To brush my hair this morning, can't you tell? Oh, don't leave me out here with the meat, Maury.
Oh, Maury. Okay, that makes
medium. How can something be medium and well, Maury?
What? Do you not know how to grill?
Apparently not.
Even I know that. And I don't even like steak or anything that would be associated with medium well or medium rare.
I turned 40 today.
I turned 40 today.
I think my cousin turned, not 40 today, but another milestone year today.
Oh. Nice.
To me. Saturday, we installed a new bay window, and it was something right out of a dream I never
Trying
had.
so hard to be a Disney princess.
I don't know about that necessarily, because it kind of seems like there are a lot of musical numbers where like the characters have to speak with a slimy voice, and that's like part of the characterization because they're trying to be quirky and unique. But also on top of that, that's also kind of what Ruth is already, so it would actually make sense for her to go in that direction. So it's like a character within a character, and actually the sliding voice actually kind of works. The nasally voice kind of works with this.
Saturday belongs to soccer practice. I pack their little cakes for after the games. They never win.
Those chemists, am I right?
Life is full of all of the trappings of the well-to-do.
And now she drops the nasal.
And life goes on as I shop for shutters to obstruct the view. And life is fine if only it were mine. But just for once, I'd be the center of attention.
Well Done is so much better than like with the pink. I don't like the pink in it. Gotta be Well Done.
I'm a vegetarian. I have literally no stake in this race.
I think the more bloody it is, the better.
Ew. Would you eat it rare? Would you eat it raw?
Nope, that's not how bloody is used in that context.
Okay, well, yeah, but would you eat it like super bloody, like oozing blood?
That was the implication from what I just described.
I mean, yeah, but I think you're thinking of the wrong type of blood.
You know, maybe your Butterverse universe self should have been a vampire because God, sounds like you like blood more than me.
You really don't know anything about steak, do you? Yeah, that's what we call the red bit.
Ugh, gross.
So if it's like really juicy and really red, it's a really bloody steak.
Think about the implications.
Promise me you'll think about the implications.
Just while shoving a steak in Emma's face. Okay, I'll think about it.
Oh wait! Oh my god, we're gonna get to do Holy Musical Batman eventually.
She goes,
True.
oddly iron tasty.
But after, yeah. Actually, wait, was that before or after?
Did they? Did they ever make a sequel to Batman? Because they should have made a sequel to Holy Musical Batman. That would have been
Holy
great.
sequel Batman? I mean, I guess. I don't think they did though.
Siri. Oh my god, I didn't think about it.
Feel the light inside, the burning of a candle, living just for once, living just for 39. I lose my hair under careful chemo treatment, and I was not unhappy about the attention I ensnared. Judge
What?
me. It fucking worked. I'm fucking here. He's fucking her. I'm disappointed. There's still carpet in the bathroom, and of the two, who's the worse for wear?
The implication of that her husband was unfaithful to her because he thought she was going to die, and now she's still alive. This is why barbecue molos would be more just like barbecue multiple interactions.
Me. We love our dogs, especially Captain. He's a bullshit mix. The pool is out, the neighbors come rushing. Maury prefers their kids, and the world's a stage when you're middle of age.
There's not a stage in that monologue from Shakespeare.
Once my life could be just what I wanted. Just for once I'd feel the spark that I once knew. Just for once I'd feel the
I thought that was going to be like that kind of sounded like there was like an electronic drum or something coming in. Like it was like or something like that. But no, it's like an actual like, an actual like bass drum.
inside, the burning of a candle, something more than I can handle, just for once. Should I flip the burgers now? Should I double check it's well done on the outside, not within? Should I let the coals burn out? Should I let the years cook my body down in front of him? Oh, just for once, just for once.
Yeah, I don't think you could do this with the nasal voice.
Just for once.
Yeah, not for now it's back.
The other day, the Johnsons borrowed my tap shoes. Their eldest daughter is
I think
tap.
maybe the nasal, or I guess if the nasal is representative of the nerdiness, then I guess in her situation the nerdiness is representative of weakness.
Okay. And the whole character seems to seems to imply that she's endured so much weakness. I'm not sure. Like if anything, she's craving the strength that she once had.
It was no bother.
Yeah, and now she's starting to feel it, but now she's retreated back into this.
I used to dance.
Oh, I mean like from like actual Ruth. Okay.
I found your grill brush, Bori.
Yeah.
It was
actually, yeah, that's a good point. I was going to say, yeah, you did kind of skip like a bunch of stuff before. Also, I thought Firebang was like 2013 actually. Oh, you're just like ranking things, not like actually going through like in particular order. Okay.
right here, all along.
bisexual writing.
Who's watching me?
You fucking suck!
Yeah, I was expecting him to come in way sooner, but
I'm gonna hurt.
Nah, he wanted to like give her a final performance.
No.
What's
And she died of anxiety before he even got near her.
the matter, Ruth? Having a little stage fright?
Max.
Dang, she about to be murdered.
I believe your next line is.
Again, his face and body was like never still, and they're always like the fact that he's dead now is even more animated than he was before. I didn't even think that was possible when I first watched this.
Find your light, nerd! Oh, where are you going, Ruth? I want to cast you as my leading lady. She's got quite a death scene. Let's raise the curtain, shall we? Project, Ruth. They
That's
can't
true.
hear you in
Yeah,
the
he did
back.
that from actual Ruth.
My butt! You're splitting me in two!
Show's called Big Fucking Wedgie. We're still in previews, but critics say it's quite a killer.
Max, please! No!
man, he was right. That was quite a death scene.
Yeah.
What a
I'll
stirring.
never forget the.
Take a bow, bitch.
Now we get sound effects.
Oof.
A really unrealistic sound
Places
effect.
for the opening number. Ruth,
Oh,
did you
God.
make that?
Now the teacher's
my
traumatized.
Ruth?
Most drama teacher moment ever.
What was that? What was that freak out?
It was what drama teachers think people freaking out look like.
Afternoon, Miss Chastity. Officer Bailey tells me you've come downtown to share some information regarding the ongoing murder investigation.
Yes, I think I know who may be responsible.
Really? You seemed so tight-lipped the other day, but I'm glad you're coming forward, Grace. You want some coffee?
I'm not allowed to have caffeine.
Here's
When my mom and dad drink coffee, they let me have a cup of hot water so I don't feel left out. Can I have one of those?
Hey, Mr. Business, how do you do?
Can
God, such a good
get
song.
a triple for you?
That can
Yeah.
be arranged. Plenty of hot water for you, Grace. Bailey?
That is one of the best, like, subtle threats ever. Plenty of hot water for her, yeah.
So, the night Max Jaegerman died, you went for a bike ride.
That's right. I was passing the Whalen place on Hickory when I saw Max Jaegerman hopping the fence. Strange, I thought. Why would anyone want to go into that old spooky house? I never would. Then I saw a van pull up and a group of teenagers got out and followed Max inside. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but then when I heard Richie got killed, suddenly I remembered a crucial detail that made everything make sense. The van those kids were driving
This seems so rehearsed on her part.
that night had
She
a
probably
bumper
has
sticker
hers
on it
then.
that read Chemist. The mascot.
Oh
of
my
Hatchet
god, they
Sworn
actually
Enemy,
did it.
Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. This makes so much sense in the beginning.
Clivesdale.
Oh shit, not Clivesdale.
Think about it. Who stands to gain from these murders? Max Jaegerman, our
Exactly.
star quarterback, and Richie, our beloved mascot? With them on the field, the Nighthawks would have trounced the chemists. They had to go. Their murders were a part of an insidious plot to rig the big game. We don't know how deep this goes, but as far as I'm concerned, every citizen of Clivesdale is guilty until proven innocent.
Oh my! I mean, I'm sure she wouldn't complain about that mentality, but you know, guilty. You're guilty.
Something in the water, it seems so filthy. Going off to Clivesdale, everyone is guilty. I don't know. This is just like mail order's description, but just instead of like for all of Hatchetfield, for all of Clivesdale. Which again,
just saying, Grace, can't you put on some like fake tears or whatever? Like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you fake some concern?
Even Grace's biggest stan is like, what is her problem?
Her problem is religious trauma.
And
that's her problem.
Anyway, gotta respect Grace for trying to pin murders on a whole town.
Oh, that reminds me of that one iCarly bit where there's like some sort of like guess the amount of peanuts or whatever. It's like one of those classic things, and Billy is like, oh, like what's the weight or whatever, and then the principal's like, oh, Billy, there is so much wrong with you.
Did you say iCarly? Who's Billy in iCarly?
Sorry, Gibby.
Okay. Billy doesn't have the same ring.
Yeah.
Might have worked on the Hatchetfield cop, but this one is from Chicago. Well, she tried. Although that's interesting because Hatchetfield's in Michigan. They got a Chicago cop for a Michigan case. That's a decent trek up to where the islands would have been. She is religious trauma. She is the physical embodiment of it. Oh dear.
Grace, you want me to open an investigation on the entire population of Clivesdale? I could spend years on what might be a wild goose chase.
Whatever it takes for justice to prevail.
Well, thank you, Grace. This is some incredible detective work.
You're welcome.
Don't know how to repay you.
Grace has a great one-liners.
Oh, wait. Did you happen to lose a WWJD bracelet? I found one in your principal's office. I think you might have dropped it when we brought you in for questioning.
Oh, that's where it went. I've been looking for this thing everywhere.
Except she lied, and now she's giving herself away. Oh my goodness, that face from Angela. That is a terrifying thing. That is Grace's actual... This is Grace's death scene.
Don't mention it. Oh, silly me. I didn't find that at your school. I found it at the old Whalen place. Underneath the floorboards, if you can believe it. Right next to the body of...
Well, her dad owns it.
Yeah,
why would you drop it?
Grace. You're not half as smart as you think you are.
Oh,
you said
really
this
aren't.
group of mystery kids followed Max into the Whalen house. How'd they get in? No broken windows, no sign of forced entry. It's almost like they had
maybe they're good at lockpicking,
like maybe one of their dads was a realtor.
Me and what's her name? Oh god, Emily's character's name. I keep forgetting it. Pick the lock. D&D.
Oh, okay.
Lumina.
We just went over this, Aiden.
Lumina and I picked the lock today, so they could totally pick a lock.
Yes, but then there would have been signs of that being broken in. That was one of the questions you got in the session.
No,
think your dad a real...
When you pick a lock.
I don't think I should answer any questions until I have a lawyer present.
You're 18, Grace, and we can try you as an adult, and I will personally make sure they throw the fucking book at you if you don't start playing ball. Your little story here accounts for Max and Richie, but it doesn't mention the death of
Uncle
Ruth
Wiley.
Fleming.
Ruth's dead?
So I don't know who's masterminding this murder spree, but I know you're involved, and I want answers.
I don't know anything.
Bailey, place Miss Chastity under arrest.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against
Wait,
you
oh
in
my
the court of
god.
law.
Wait a minute.
She's gonna get put into a chastity cage.
Is that a thing in jail? I don't think.
Well, jail's like a cage, so
Okay.
Joke.
It wasn't my fault. Oh yeah, we're getting to that.
It wasn't my fault.
Okay, this isn't my fault. This isn't my plan.
Whoa. Whose plan was it, Grace?
It's God's plan.
What?
Now he's leaving me out to dry. Do something, you son of a bitch.
All right.
Oh my god.
This is when the religious
A
trauma
rare
kills her.
moment of Grace Chastity swearing.
Hey, shit.
Whoa. Grace, put the gun down. You don't want to do anything stupid.
I don't intend
yourself.
to. I'm gonna go to the nearest church and claim sanctuary.
That's not a thing, Grace.
Don't follow me.
Well, it is a thing if you're in the middle of
APB on
war.
one Grace Chastity. She's an 18-year-old college Caucasian female, she will be riding a pink Schwinn. I repeat, a pink bicycle with a basket and Ugo horn. Don't let that fool you. She is armed and extremely dangerous.
Right, great, everyone's cheering for Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Gee, this looks familiar.
Look at all those cop cars. I bet they're after a perp.
A perp? Seriously?
It's short for perpetrator.
I like how like both John Madison and Lauren Lopez have had both their characters have been killed off, so now they're free to do this part, and I got changed for it.
I'm in the neighborhood watch now.
Really? Well, it sounds like the streets are safe again.
Are they
Thank
gonna
God.
get together in this universe too?
Well, if you see anything suspicious, you can give me a call.
By the way, this is the most motivated Paul has ever been. It seemed like he needs to belong to something, I guess. Neighborhood Watch Paul.
I guess when he isn't the main character,
this is incredibly
he's
smooth,
able to be motivated.
Yeah, Neighborhood Watch Paul is the more confident Paul. That's why he's able to do this, and not like in the other.
And he gives me his number. Very smooth.
Hey, Mr.
You know, I see you in...
It is quite smooth.
What's your name again?
It's Paul.
Excuse me!
I'm still waiting for my
I have
coffee.
been waiting for what feels like 5 fucking years, and I still have not received my goddamn hot chocolate.
Okay, so now it's a good time to address this because I mentioned before there was a cameo that I was talking about. It was this one. So yes, it has been confirmed that that the original version of Peter Spankowski was meant to be played by Robert Mannion originally, and that's why Robert Mannion was that character in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. So again, if these were written in order, that would have not worked as a reference, but because of the way they did this, now they've actually recontextualized it because of course they've been waiting for 5 years because they didn't know there was going to be a pandemic halfway through making the Hatchetfield stuff.
So question, this is obviously going back to the scene of The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, right? But
yes, which was at least 5 years before Nerdy Prudes Must Die was, and that's why I said 5 years.
Does that mean that The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals takes place on a diverging path from this particular timeline?
No, because bear in mind, Paul is already in the neighborhood watching this reality when he wasn't before, which means the timeline diversion must happen beforehand. Not to mention as well, there is no musical apotheosis, which there would have been by this point if the timeline diverted from this point onwards.
Sorry, sir. There you go.
Don't do that.
It's a formality at Beanies.
Oh.
Apart from Paul. Paul's an exception.
Thank you.
I wouldn't drink that if I were you. Gross.
Also, this is the reality where he actually does get his hot chocolates. Because beforehand he just says like, I have very low blood pressure and leaves. When he reacts La Di Da Day and see the hot chocolate boy dancing, that song is now sad. Yes, because it wasn't before.
La di da day, la di da la di da da, la di da day. Sorry, I like that bit. It's great.
Jesus, Pete, keep it together. Keep it together? There's a murderer on the loose who knows what we did, and we can't go to the police without confessing to manslaughter.
Yeah, well, having a public meltdown in the middle of a coffee shop isn't
Hey, no, it's manslaughter.
Yeah, also, you're being really, really loud right now. You might want to keep your voices down if you're going to talk about manslaughter.
Oh, this is easy for you. Your dad's the mayor. He can get you out of all kinds of trouble.
Actually,
My
no.
dad sells women's shoes.
Well, I mean, yeah, Mayor Lauder has a lot more power than the average mayor, it seems.
I should have just kept
You know
to
which
myself.
mayor has
I never
more
should have
power
gotten
than
mixed
the
up with-
average mayor? The mayor from Miraculous.
That is true.
That man somehow controls the school board, which I don't know how he controls the
I don't know about
school.
somehow. That part I can actually see happening.
Normally,
That's
the school
not
is like
somehow.
semi-separate from the mayor because, like, he could be like, "Oh, my daughter did something illegal." No, it's fine. No, it's fine, bro. You should arrest everyone else though. You're fired. Get fired. And yet he still gets redemption arc somehow.
Oh, so you're saying
Again,
this is
I'm
my
not
fault?
surprised.
Well, it's simple causality. This whole thing started because you asked me to cheat on that test.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to say yes, so really it's your fault.
Don't spin this back on me.
Oh, you
Don't
could've
play the
ignored me. I
blame
could've
game.
copied
You
off
guys are both to blame. Beach are stupid. Both of you. But you kind of
Honestly,
ship you guys. But anyway, that's not the point.
There's more to do with Grace.
Other nerd, but we both know you can't ignore me because you're crazy about me.
What?
It's obvious. You can't stay away from me.
Oh, really? Because you're the one that invited me to Pasquale's on the first date, Steph. Have some respect for yourself.
That was not a date. I only go on dates with guys who have the guts to ask me out, which you've never done. By the way.
Which, incidentally, if you ask someone out first, they're not going to think they need to ask you out because they've been asked out themselves. And to quote a particular line, it doesn't always have to be the dude.
Yeah, you know, just saying though, sometimes certain people want to be the ones asked out. You know, like I personally would rather be asked out than doing the asking because no.
I mean, it does take the pressure off of you. Alternatively, of course, it hasn't worked.
All I have to do is say yes. All I have to do is say yes. I'm so sad. I'm so sad.
Yeah, this is the ultimate flaw in all people's plans. Those who wait to be asked out are waiting for a long time, usually.
With you anyways.
Oh, come on. Like Micro Peter wouldn't kill to go out with me.
You know what, Steph?
Whoa, that's kind of ego.
I'm done.
Egoistic.
I never wanted you anyway. I always knew my place and knew my lane. But you
So yeah, he does technically sing in the cafe, but again, no apotheosis.
had to go and seduce and play a game, but I'm off that train.
She didn't even seduce you. She didn't even seduce you yet. Probably.
You say yeah, unless he counts like being seduced as being persuaded to cheat on the test through her feminine wilds.
Feminine wilds.
I just love saying that.
Wait a minute, you're not off the hook. Who's the victim when you shoot me looks?
Can you imagine if she like just tripped backwards or something? Like while she's like retreating.
I never go for a geek who'd spend a prom in a stall.
If I loved you, you would know it.
If I loved you, I would show it.
If I loved you like you should.
Every single song is being like there's like one or two people in our comment section.
You know,
like best song.
You know, just saying, I think the girl singing is way better in the song than the guy singing. Like, I think the girl does a better job at the singing than the guy.
Okay, sure.
You're waiting anyway. How's this gonna work when you were out of state? Ooh, I guess we better save the day. You homecoming queen, the football team will meet your needs.
That being said, the Peter Spankovsky voice does not lend itself to singing super easily, and Joe Richter is at least not dropping it.
You bet they can, oh babe, you bet they can. Don't need a lover boy, need a lover man.
What?
Sapiosexual, you're intellectual, but I come a lover.
Have you never heard that line before? It's one of the most obvious ones.
When I
A little bit, dang.
If I loved you, you would know it. If I loved you, I would show it. If I loved you like you should, you'd be loved. Loved you like I'm capable of. If you were the one I'm thinking of. Oh, babe, I'd let you know. It's only now that I can see what you're hiding. You're using me just to move up. Wake me up when you turn 18. Looks like you got to grow up. Show me how I'm the
I don't know if being like literal saying he's not 18 right now, but okay.
user when you're using your power to slyly get all that you want. Wake me up when the mean girl is more than mean. If I
Mean Girl. You know what they did now. What you're doing.
you would
Okay.
know it.
Nice.
If
I
I
do that.
loved you,
While
I
you're
would
here.
show it. If I loved you like you should, loved you like I'm capable of. If you were the one I'm thinking of.
That's a good place to keep the song.
Oh, babe, I bet you know. I think you better go.
How boil and make mashed potatoes.
You first. Leave room for Jesus.
What? Are you seeking sanctuary in a coffee shop? This isn't a very holy place. What is the coffee
didn't
shop
make it to
built
the
on a
church.
church?
See, here's the thing. They knew she was going to the church because she verbally declared it, so she had to try somewhere else.
I seek sanctuary in the holy coffee
Did
shop.
they buy it? Nah. Dagnammit. I need a doggone drink. Give me a cup of hot water and make it strong.
Hot water.
Grace, you're kind of freaking me out here.
But that was quick. She just handed her this actual hot water to just have that ready.
Yeah. Are we in trouble? Do we need to get a hold of Ruth?
Good luck getting a hold of her. Does your phone plan cover calls to hell?
Hell?
She's bisexual and dead. Where else would she be?
Wait. Oh. Wow.
Wait,
Wow.
Ruth's
Wow,
dead.
listen, ma'am.
This is Grace Chastity's biggest strength is one-liners. This is why people love her.
Lee! The three of us may need to get out of town.
Grace, what did you do?
The cops know everything, but don't worry. I have a plan.
No more!
They actually don't know. They actually don't know that Pete and Steph are involved. That part wasn't
Have
mentioned.
your plans!
But of course, she needs them on the side. On the
She has a
side,
gun.
and
She has a gun.
she's gonna get them on the side.
Okay,
She's gonna
Cool
do
you
it.
mean, Steph? Just cool him right the heck down.
Oh my God, is that a gun?
Check the front door, Spankovsky. Get in. Oh, she's...
And again,
Move over.
Oh
Sorry.
my God, the instrumental. We're gonna bury a body.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go down to the docks. We're gonna commandeer a boat, and we're gonna sail it to Canada. Okay? We may have to give
Why
up some of our
Canada?
liberties, but at least we'll stay out of prison. Grace,
because
This is crazy! I'm not helping you flee the country!
you better, because if I'm going down, you hoes is coming with me, eh?
No.
You hear that? I'm gonna blend right in.
Excuse me, everybody. I'm a cop. I'm looking for an 18-year-old Caucasian female.
Oh, crud.
Excuse me, officer. I'm with the neighborhood watch. I might have had eyes on your perp.
also this is again musical recognition there. Emma, I'm sorry you've lost.
Do not approach me. Get your hands out of your pocket.
Okay.
Put your hands down.
I'm sorry.
He's going for a gun. Holy shit.
What?
This is just literally again like a version of what Sam did in Guided Night Musicals. You know, it's like, take your hands out of them pockets, but don't take your hands out of them pockets. Because we're cops. Yeah, we're cops. And we make sense. I think it's something like that.
It would be so great if they actually did a reprise of that in this musical.
I don't think they need to, really.
But it would have been a fun reference, especially if this ends up being the last major Hatchetfield installment, you know, just to have some minor reprises. Or
they have plenty more songs to get through. Inevitable instrumental. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Like I said last video, those hair clips are the only thing bringing Grace's sanity back.
Dang.
Yep. Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
What?
There you go. Everyone gets the rest of the timeline.
Okay. Cops are swarming the streets, so you know what? We're gonna scale this wall, and we'll jump from rooftop to rooftop.
Oh my God, you're insane!
Grace likes to
No idea
parkour.
what the hell you're doing. Okay? Every plan you've made over the last 3 weeks has been a fucking disaster! You ruined our lives, Grace!
I know.
Grace, you're kind of the worst.
I just haven't been thinking clearly lately. All I wanted was to be a regular girl with no sexual desire until she was safely married.
That's not how sexual desire works! What, do you want to date a man you don't even like physically? The only way that would work is if you were like secretly a lesbian.
No, she wants to date him I just like physically and then marry him and then automatically start liking him physically.
That's not how that works!
I've done so many terrible.
Grace learn one of the biggest flaws of the philosophy right before our eyes.
Look at the way that the Pete and Steph are reacting.
things. Like touching myself and lying to the police.
You know, both on
lying to
equal level, clearly.
Lying to the police is worse, but okay.
Other reason the motifs in the Hatchetverse. It's not just the Hatchetverse. Every Starkid production reuses motifs a lot, or foreshadows them in certain cases. But we will talk about that in other reaction videos.
And dismembering a body.
Well, we all did that, so.
No! It was your idea! I mean, granted, they should have went along with it, but that sounds white!
It's literally what they were just like Pete and Steph were arguing about just now, being like, it was, you know, you didn't have to say yes, so technically this is your fault.
Technically, you all kind of suck, but also it was kind of Grace's main idea, so it's mostly Grace's fault. But you guys still share some of the blame. Mostly Grace, though, technically.
Yeah.
Who am I?
What are those faces? You're a degenerate sinner that should turn herself into police and not tell her about our involvement.
Did you hear that line from Steph?
Yes.
You two go. I'll turn myself in.
Okay, let's go!
You should have done that from the beginning. These two were not part of this.
No, Grace. Unfortunately, we're in this mess together.
No! No, let her go down with the ship!
I mean, that's all because you're kidnapping victims. You can very much not be in this together.
Sentiment I understand all too well, Stephanie.
What?
Mayor Lauder.
Dad, how'd you know I was here?
Stephanie, please, I've been bugging your phone since you were 12.
And it just so happens she got her phone back recently, I suppose. Could we know?
Hey, you weren't
And for
supposed to know
good
our
reason.
armor,
The
man.
1 week I take it away. The 1 week I'm not watching you when you go off and do something cosmically stupid.
Dad, we never meant to hurt
Well,
anyone.
okay, it's not cosmically stupid. It's just very stupid. Cosmically stupid would be meant to with the universe.
Well,
Shit, who you kill? But you just had to go and do it in that house, didn't you?
Oh, never mind.
You
It's
three are
cosmically stupid.
Are you turning us in?
remember who the Waylands are.
The police? They can't stop him. Nothing on earth can stop him.
Stop who?
Get in the car.
Get in the car.
Mayor Slaughter and Stephen Laughter. Okay, sure.
It's a tough job to be mayor of this town. To stand sentinel at the gates of hell.
Oh, I guess you mean like they're both.
With the
like,
office comes
escorts
knowledge of
also.
certain uncomfortable truths.
What are you talking about?
The Church of the
The
Starry
multiverse.
Children. That's what they call themselves, the Waylands in a little social club. It's true, all of it. The
Once again, we
stories,
talk about
the
Chastity,
cults,
he's
the
not here.
rituals.
Told ya.
But it wasn't delusion or madness. They did have power.
The
For
sillies.
150 years, the Waylands ruled this town. It took an army of axe-wielding maniacs to finally lay them low.
Oh, just because there's so many new people watching us right now that are 100% do not watch our streams normally, the sillies are what we call the Lords in Black.
And even then,
I like
Like
the
a
sillies
dog.
better. The sillies are so much better of a name.
for nothing that dies in Wayland Hall ever truly dies.
The Starry Children or Starkids. I think someone mentioned that in Nightmare Time, but just on the off chance, yeah, forgot about that. That's true.
The church saw to that. It was a spell they cast on the house to ensure their survival beyond the grave. A spell you three idiots unwittingly triggered. And now someone else is back, and he is making good on his promise.
Nerdy prudes must die.
Are you saying Max Jaegerman is a fucking ghost?
Ghost? Demon?
Demon.
Call it what you want, but he can go where he pleases. Do as he pleases. You can't hurt him. You can't touch him. But he can touch you. You created a literal monster.
Yeah, this is this is always like what I wonder when it comes to like the lore of ghosts, because that even as a child that never made sense to me. Where it's like a ghost can make themselves tangible at will. It was like, I mean, I guess that's like an okay power, but it's so universally accepted. I would love to see like one example of a ghost where they're just like, I'm gonna come and get you.
Also, he just said the thing. If you guys didn't notice,
Well, in the case of ghosts,
you guys just created a literal monster.
In the case of Ghost, I think a more or less idea is the way Ghosts tend to work is they're like kind of like air, and they're like particles are super spaced out, but when they become tangible, they consciously move their particles in an area together.
But the forms never shrink down. If the particles are constricting, they should shrink down accordingly, and they never do.
I don't know. I mean, like Ghost, I imagine. Well, in most stories, Ghosts need a focus to actually touch things. Like they actually need to try to touch things. Like normally, it's not an accidental thing. It's sort of like they actually have to hardcore focus.
Again, Aiden, I'm familiar with the concepts of this. I'm just surprised it's so universally accepted. We've never that the alternative is barely explored. Is what I was getting at.
I think
the alternative is joked about.
I think part of the reason is because, I mean, that's not the only version, right? There's so many different versions, but I think that there are so many things that are consistent across all of folklore and mythology that we've kind of just accepted that if so many people have supposedly been in the presence of these things and told the stories and yada yada, then I think we've just kind of accepted that, this is just the thing.
All right. So back to so what I was thinking here about the literal monster thing. This one thing I didn't get to mention at the start, or if I did, I kind of like teetered around it. But one of my favorite decisions in Nutty Prudes is the fact that they chose to have the literal monster song before he becomes a literal monster, because you show how much power he had when he was alive. That only makes him more scary when he's dead. That's one of my favorite decisions that they actually did within this one, and also his little monster is just a banger song anyway, so that helps too.
Definitely. This is crazy. It's not scientifically possible.
Tell that to Max when you see him. Maybe he'll just fly away.
Which, okay, I'm gonna throw this out here.
To the Starry Children. Yeah, I guess so.
I have never liked that phrase because it's not that it's impossible scientifically; it's that it's a known possibility. Scientifically speaking, it is at a 50% chance.
We're here, sir.
Thank you, Miss Tessberger. Well,
I honestly thought he was going to say Miss Holloway for a second.
Out.
What are we doing in the woods?
I'm not doing anything. You three are going to
are these the trees that they did the sacrifices with?
The Waylands had a weapon. The source of their power. When they were killed, it was lost.
Oh, the one that kept on killing Holloway in half of the universes.
Didn't they all kind of do that?
Remember someone in chat, I think it was Abby, said that 50% of the universes have Holloway there, and 50% the reason she's not there is because she was killed through the sword of something. I forget what the exact title was, but it was some sword that we saw in one Nightmare Time episode.
Right.
10 years ago, they came to me.
Never mind, I was wrong. It's the Black Book.
A book?
The Black.
Yeah, this was the first time I ever saw the Black Book, so it came out of nowhere for me. But it was like, okay, fine, I accept this. Versus now, it's like, oh yes, the Black Book. I knew that eventually, if I see Nightmare Time, a lot of this stuff would make more sense. So I wasn't okay, fine.
I will note that I would argue that's more of a tool than a weapon. I think the sword counts as more of a weapon, but
depends if you throw a book at someone.
The abominable tome. Spells, incantations, the keys to unlimited power, but it all has a price. A terrible price. And you three are going to pay it. Because this isn't just about your worthless little lives. Max won't stop with you. Once you're dead, he'll kill all the nerds everywhere. And he won't stop at killing, because that's all he is now.
Okay, assuming this isn't all just one big mindfuck, how do we stop him? With a spell? From your spell book?
No spell can unmake what he's become. You're going to perform a ritual to summon the things beyond the book. Those that give the book its power. the dark gods the Waylands worship.
You mean Satan?
Oh no.
No.
They're much worse. To survive this night, you'll have to strike a bargain with the Lords in Black.
Let's go. It's time for the sillies.
It's like
Yeah, and everyone started cheering about this. And I was like, wait a minute.
I always say, you gotta come to the woods to do some nerd watching. Kia.
And he waited until the precise moment that Mayor Lordo had left.
Who was that?
Who do you think?
Max?
Surprise, Steph. I got one hell of a party planned for ya. The last one you threw me was such a killer, I thought I'd return the favor, bitch.
Max, what happened that night? It was an accident. You know it was an accident.
Stop trying to reason with it. I gave you the book. Perform the ritual.
Oh, we don't know how. You do it.
No! I'm not touching that book ever again. You started this, Stephanie. You
Ever
finished
again?
it.
These woods always
What
were
happened
a
last time you
bitchin'
touched it?
makeout spot. In fact, I just put the moves on this total smoke show. She gave me head in her car. Check it out.
Oh. Who's that?
Damn you, Miss Tessberger. You were worthless.
Wow.
But he keeps the head.
Hiya, Mr. Mayor. Ready for your recall?
No. Max, remember, nerdy prudes must die. That's not me. I'm an elected official. I'm the most powerful man.
Yeah,
in
it's not elected officials must die.
Well,
That's
not
true.
the
That
most
would be-
powerful man in Hatchetfield necessarily, because you're looking at someone
yeah.
significantly more powerful than you.
We are about to again respond to
Beg to
that.
differ, bitch.
Of course, you are the most powerful, but I can help you. I have
Stop
connections,
kissing
I
people's
have friends.
asses.
He's a
God.
politician. What do you expect from him?
I can buy you
Common
beer.
sense, ideally.
How does
When
that
was
sound,
that
son?
ever on the table, Aiden? You're an American.
I know, but I want common sense from them. You know, I don't think it's a high bar, if you ask me.
I
Let's
love the
go.
silly-
We got Siri on board too. I love
silly
this.
I
Yes.
just enjoy the fact that I just enjoy the fact that the more that this channel grows, the more that this silly has become a nickname for the Lords in Black. Anyway, power resides where men believe it resides. Are they going to believe it resides with him now? Possibly not.
I hate politics. It's for nerds.
No, Max, don't do this.
Watch out, Mr. Mayor. Here comes the swing vote.
No.
Dad! Steph, we gotta keep moving.
OMG, this book is crazy.
Did you find that ritual?
I think so, but we can't perform it out here. It needs to be performed at a black altar.
What?
One of 5 special places in Hatchetfield. See? Look, they're spread around town. There's a map.
Okay.
Well,
so that's downtown.
At least it's all 5 in Hatchetfield. Imagine if you had to go find 5 altars across the world.
Why would they need to do that?
Well, because I feel like in most situations it would be extremely coincidental that it's all in Hatchetfield if you didn't know about the lore in this, which these characters don't.
Yeah, well, okay, well, as somebody who, again, watched this before I watched Nightmare Time, it was pretty clear to me the Waylands came to Hatchetfield. You know, the Church of the Starry Children was a thing, and so that's why they picked out 5 places as the Black Altars, and they're not going to travel across the world because why bother? They have Hatchetfield for themselves, so what would be the need? So as far as I was concerned, it made perfect sense. Not to mention some of the names, some of the locations of them, because I hadn't made the connection yet as to what they actually were. And this is where I learned about it. It was like, now I see where this was going.
Frederick
Meaning
says
that,
5 altars for 5
I don't know.
cities.
It's a Starlight Theater. And that's
Yeah,
the Wayland
kind of-
place?
yeah, I think we
And
already-
the old mill?
Oh, it's Lakeside Mall now.
All places the Waylands built.
That would make
Yeah.
one of them.
So Lakeside Mall and Starlight Theater, both of those are the places that where the key action pieces happened in the other Hatchetfield musicals, which is why I was like, okay, now I get it.
Hatchetfield High, right, Grace?
Oh shit!
Someone's coming. Pete, get behind me. I've got a gun.
It's a ghost. I don't think that's gonna do any good.
On the ground, bitch, I'm a cop.
Heck no.
Well, Grace Chastity and her accomplices, huh? Hands above your heads.
Joe.
Detective Shapiro, you have no idea what's going on. If you just listen to me...
Shut up, Chastity. The only thing I'm gonna do is take you three in. Back of the squad car. Now!
It was an alter to Nibley, so Max's monster. Why Nibley specifically? Would you like to elaborate on that?
Officer, please, you have to listen to us. We know who's killing everybody.
So do I. You three. I don't know if
What?
it's some kind of sick club, an online trend you found on Reddit. I don't get you kids popping Tide
Should have said TikTok.
Pods like they're fucking candy.
Also, this was years after the Tide Pod Challenge. However, it was probably written around the time. Well, actually, no. I mean, Tide Pod Challenge was like 2019.
Nah,
wasn't it?
well, they probably revised the script when they were
Yeah.
originally making
Right,
it.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
not too late to take out that joke.
No, but again, based on like where this is set, like calendar-wise, this actually makes sense for a topical reference.
Detective Shapiro, are you a woman of faith?
Catholic.
I'll take that as a no.
What?
Imagine you're a good Christian. Sometimes you have to listen to people and believe what they say, even if it sounds crazy, against everything you know, in spite of all common sense.
Grace, you are the least fucking persuasive person.
I'm telling you, Max Jaegerman is the killer.
Nah, Maddie's the least convincing Christian.
He's back from the dead, and we're the only ones who can stop him.
Are you out of your goddamn mind? I examined the corpse of the Jaegerman boy myself. He was in pieces just how you three left him. He was gray. He was rotting. He was...
There!
He's right there! What the fuck?
What good delivery.
Yeah.
What was that?
Now do you believe us?
There's something not right here. There's something deeply wrong with this whole town. I always thought so. I never should have left Chicago, damn it.
You missed the Windy City? Well, let me throw you through the windshield, bitch!
I wasn't going to do that. I mean,
Steph, are you okay?
I guess, yeah.
Not for long.
Maybe
Max is toying with us. He could end this at any time.
So then let's end him first. Pete, is she okay? Can you feel a pulse?
I have no idea what I'm doing. But the school is a quarter mile that way if we cut through Pinebrook. Come on.
Grace.
That's another callback. That was the same shortcut they took in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals.
Yeah, I got through Pinebrook, yeah.
What do you think? In here?
Well, the gym's as good a place as any.
Okay,
That's true. Didn't say the
here's
high,
the ritual.
so-
It's holding court with the void.
Oh, I'm sure that won't
Steph.
go well.
Are you sure about this? I mean, who knows what kind of door we're gonna open?
Well, since you mention it now, I'm going to go home otherwise. Yeah, of course he's sure.
We have to, Pete. For Ruth and Richie and everyone. Grace,
I miss
summon
Testbrook.
these bastards.
Okay. We invoke the names.
Ah, you get I want to turn this up. Imagine if like sheep I think it's probably came before to make a Color Madness episode. But here we go.
Did it work?
Hello, Swendy Win.
Let's go.
Yeah. Here we go.
can take up the arms of night. Nibbling wants his sacrifice, and Wiggly wants his wrath. We dance around the pentagram and take all our kingdoms back. Babble the spell that gets it done, babble it on command. We'll stop until all the blood is drawn, the lords of black demand. You summon us once, you summon us twice, you gamble it on the roll of the dice. The devil is one, it can't be undone, the book is all but closed on your life.
We've been watching you, Gracie. Someone's...
Of course, now, like, every line that they say, like, we've been watching you, all that stuff, like, of course it's going to be applying to them. Some of these ones, again, I never met before, but obviously they use Wiggly because they know Wiggly's more recognizable as, like, an actual presence. And on top of that, it's like, well, I mean, okay, there's more of these creatures. That was why I was thinking at the time. It's like, now, again, a whole different scenario. Watching this again.
Naughty.
Oh no, the green screen. It failed.
A Spankovsky! I'm gonna have the whole set in my toy box!
Which now makes a lot of sense because, again, this is why people said to me, like, oh, well, when people say, like, oh, Peter's Ted's brother, it was like, okay, well, how am I supposed to know that? It's like, oh, they said, oh, a Spankovsky, like, the set. Bear in mind, Ted never says his last name in Guardian Light musicals. So again, having not watched Nightmare Time, did not know there was a time, when Ted travels through time and ends up inside of the toy box. Now we see.
Stephanie, yum yum.
Are you the Lords in Black?
Out of the depths of hell and back, we travel very far. Cover our souls with robes of black, the Lords in Black we are.
I also like how, like, their movement is so much more staccato than everyone else's. I guess the song is too, in all fairness.
Don't be so formal, Steffi. We're all pallywhads here.
I
mean, look at us.
You're kind of evil.
We even hold court in your own tongue and form. Go, Nighthawks!
Our true forms would melt your minds.
Don't frighten him, Pokey, you nasty boy.
We need to stop Max
Yeah.
Jagerman. We heard you can help us.
The Lords in Black will help you, yes, you stupid silly girl. Why help you with the Jaegermen when we can help the world?
We could take hold of little Maxie and put him right down to Drowsy Town.
Swallow his
Drowsy
soul.
Town
I
is
wanna
his
lick
red
it.
vein.
But why? Maxie Poo's about to get you. Tear you all to bloody bits.
I want to see that.
How about a bargain? We'll give you whatever you want. Just get rid of Jaegerman.
Whatever we want.
Don't say whatever you want. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, particularly. What was it? The song video tickets from YouTube. If you want a good view of the choreography, because they pass the dance moves around a literal pentagram. Fair enough. We'll check that out some other day.
What? Whatever we want, we want, we want. Whatever we want, we get. Whatever you want, you want, you want. Forever in our debt.
What could you give to me?
Some good costumes, though.
Let me check my Christmas list. There is something.
What? What do you want from us?
Something fun.
Something tasty.
What?
Oh, you'll hardly miss it.
I like how she, like, misses the lollipop entirely because it's probably, like, made out of wood or plastic or something.
Yeah. What will Harry miss? Are you gonna say, like, our soul? Because, like, that doesn't sound fun. Because I will miss that. I will miss that if I, lose that part. Well, actually, I don't have one. It's kind of like a little black dot right now. It's not even really one, honestly. It's kind of just a piece.
We just want what you cherish most. That's all.
Okay, what do we cherish most?
Well, that's different for everyone, right?
What we cherish most? What do you mean?
What do you want, Steph?
And that's where I realized who Pokey was from the blue lighting as well. Because I immediately, my brain was like, what do you want, Paul? It's like, I was bringing up for different reasons. It works on both levels. That's why I like Nutty Prudes so much. Because, like, on one hand, if you have seen Nightmare Time, you get like the lore catharsis out of it. If not, it's the trilogy catharsis on top of that stuff. and it comes as more of a surprise reveal. They've written it in such a way that it works for both camps, and that's a way to do that. That's a way to wrap up a series.
One of you must give up the thing you treasure above all else. Do it or die.
Treasure above all else. I know what it is. My phone! My whole life's on this thing! My contacts! My pictures!
We don't give a shit about your phone!
I was like, please don't tell me it's actually her phone, because that'd be sad.
Well, I mean, that was like the build up from before. Remember, like how she put a hand between her phone and a hammer.
I will say it's very. I like it because all of their voices echoing like that. It's not the same sort of echoey effect you get in a lot of very similarly veined scenes. Instead, I don't know if they meant to do this, but specifically because of these individual people's voices, them doing that almost sounds like a roar.
Maybe. Also, bear in mind they're in a theater, so the acoustics would make them echo naturally in some ways.
We want what you really want. You can't lie to us.
Going, babe, please no. That kind of seems like, there's like edits people do of like Starkid things or like all other stuff where it's like Starkid, but it's only the moments that blank. And then, it's like a Pete and Steph edit where, and there's like caption next to him, babe, please no. It was one of those probably. Anyway, the wiggly toy backpack. It's like, I have plenty of these.
You can buy it on our merch store.
Yes. Kindly purchase our merch. Thank you, Pallywells.
You can lie to yourself, but not to me.
Watch the correction.
Think about it.
Stop touching my hair!
You're missing the point of why he's doing that.
There he is.
Steph? No. No!
What's in your pocket, Stephanie?
Stephanie has got a gun, tra la la la, have fun. Stephanie has got a gun, she knows what must be done.
Put a bullet in his brain and we'll take Maxwell off your plate.
Okay, that's some really good cinematography because that mixed with the acting makes him in particular seem very erratic, which I think is cool.
Yeah, I think, but by based on
Why
Nightmare,
doesn't Grace
have
give up what she
with
wants
the leader.
most? What does Grace want most? For Faith?
We'll get to that.
I can't!
Pay the price or fuck off.
Incidentally, at some stage during this point, I actually predicted the finale, like how this would resolve itself. Ah yes, Blinky's one eye, I suppose, was meant to be.
Souls with robes of black and take up the arms of night. You summon us once, you summon us twice, you gamble it on the roll of the dice. The devil is one, it can't be undone, the book is all but closed on your life.
I can't like the hair flip back and forth. I could never be a punk rocker.
I also like from a design standpoint,
Steph.
because now that we know that from a god standpoint that they are children.
Wait a minute. Emily, how are you alive right now? I thought you were asleep in the black and white.
She woke up, she was awoken by the sound of the sillies.
The sillies have awoken you? Dang.
But I do like that now that we know
Emily,
that,
you're off to sleep. Wake up.
I like that we know since they're just actually children, then their designs are very interesting at this point because in their human forms, it's very like pop like, right? It's very much targeted towards the youth, which I think is fun.
When you say pop like, I just think of the gotcha ones.
No, I mean like the genre.
Yeah. So I guess in a sense, it's Eldritch cores, the new fashion trends.
Yeah.
What do those things mean? Who do they want you to kill?
They just said it.
Herself.
Yeah, like...
Pete,
Well, no, not herself.
I think we need to talk.
Well, okay, one of these two.
Welcome to gym class. Today we're gonna play kickball. And my foot, your balls, bitch. You gotta get out of here.
My foot.
Joke's on you, only one of them has balls.
He's saying the B word more than Freddy Krueger is.
Run, nerds, run.
Come on, Pete. We'll hop the fence, and we'll cross the football field, and we'll keep running. We'll
Maybe.
hide.
It doesn't
Or the
matter
other.
where we go, he'll find us.
Well, the most
There's
bold is
only
not
one way
Pete.
to end
Oh,
this.
wow.
Steph,
You have to kill yourself.
I know what those things want you to do.
Kill
Now
yourself. Kidding.
No.
That would actually be kind of ironic if he says that. It's like, they want you to kill yourself. It's like, no, idiot, they want me to kill you.
Well,
Musical check. Musical
well,
check. What was that sound of? What was that sound? What was that, that track?
I don't know.
Dun 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 dun.
I don't
Wait,
know.
I got a question. Does it only count if
I'm
Steph
not a
kills them?
loser.
Oh.
So what was your
No.
question?
Does it only count if Steph kills him technically? Because like what technically
Yes,
if you
because
kill,
she is giving up what she cherishes the most. Yes, that is how it
she's the
works.
one
Aiden.
paying.
what does he give? What does he cherish the most? I guess it would be her.
Her. Well, that's the thing.
They don't,
That's
they don't each have to. They don't each have to do it. They require one sacrifice from one person.
yeah. So that's the thing.
Then have
If-
Grace. I mean, Grace values her
no. What? No. What I'm.
religiousness or freedom, either one.
No. What it's saying is, they both cherish each other. So it doesn't matter. Kill yourself. Kill the other one. Doesn't matter. As long as one of them dies, they're both still paying the same price.
And the reason they didn't consider Grace at this point is because the Sillies are Steph specifically, although that technically would have worked.
My life. I just wanted a girl who liked me. But I guess
Ruth
it's not
did.
all roses, huh?
Ah! This is all your fault, Spakowski. I just
This is all your fault, Jafar.
wanted to cheat off of a geek.
You don't get that yet. You
Didn't
will.
want to like you. You made me.
One day.
Well, I refuse. You give up what you want. Your Pokemon cards, or your comic collection, or whatever it is you're into.
It's you, Steph. I'm into you.
I'm so
Like how-
into
like how he
you.
admitted it within,
I
like,
can
relatively-
barely breathe.
Yeah, I like how he admitted this like relatively like an hour after he said that, after he sang like the "If I Loved You" song.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
No matter what-
they're kind of in a stressful situation, so you know, true feelings.
Shows that Max often enters in from in the audience. That's something cool to the show. Yeah, it's probably like an actual jump scare. Yeah,
You know, I will say, I do think the scene is a really solid scene between them. The acting is really good, and it's a really dramatic scene. I'm just making jokes because that's what I do.
Same here.
That's
Well,
what I do.
I'm
In all
gonna see it,
seriousness,
but
it's a really good scene. It's just I just make jokes because you know.
that is what we do. But it
It's
not
how
make
the news
One of
goes.
us has to die.
Grace has to die.
Not just to save the other, to save everyone.
I don't think it works if Grace dies because neither of them particularly have very high opinions of her, so I don't think that would count.
I mean, Grace was willing to turn herself in, which, you know, why
Yes, to the not.
to the police. I know, but you know,
Yeah, not to the sillies.
Grace
It doesn't work in this case, Aiden.
Grace just become an atheist, or no wait. Oh my god, I know what Grace values most.
Okay, great. Don't say it.
I just realized what it's so obvious from the early.
Yeah. Shush. Yeah, this is. I thought the same thing around this time when I was watching it originally. No one say anything in the chat
Let me
either.
do it.
Let me kill you, or
can
let
call this luck.
or let you kill me.
That's my perspective.
And now we have another reprise. See, this is why we don't get callbacks from Guide Out Musical songs because they're too busy calling back to their own songs.
One of us is in love. It doesn't take a detective.
Pete, I can't shoot you.
Let me be cool this time.
You know
Let
what's
me
happening.
take a bullet. Is it really a crime?
Oh, poor Emma.
If you get to live your life to the fullest.
What do you think you're doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
What if you are wrong?
If I am wrong.
What if I should go?
Get to live on.
I really, really did love you. You'd have to say
I know.
Ah, there you go. gotta bring the Star Wars reference. Joe looks like Shaggy right now. He plays Shaggy in the Solvers Squad, but he has the Shaggy colors as Peter. These are not the Shaggy colors. What are you talking about?
His sweater's kind of green, but it's also kind of brown.
I was gonna say it looks great from my perspective.
Right, it's
A
right.
little lighting right now.
You are, but you're as smart as I know you are.
Actually, it's more gray.
The way you said like they said cool and smart to each other because that's the things they value about each other, and I just gonna just leave this expression because I'm just gonna appreciate Joe Richter's fit for now. Like,
We're about to kiss. Whoa.
he's Scooby now.
If I can find
Oh, there you go.
I would show it. If I and if I finally break the rules, I've known to do it.
There it is again.
If
I will point
I loved you,
all the motifs are mine.
At this point, I think it would be more efficient if they just pulled the trigger themselves.
loved you,
Well, one of them is going to.
couldn't show it.
What do you mean?
On
Oh,
themselves.
right. Again, that would not count because they have to. One of them has to sacrifice the other because if they're sacrificing themselves, they're not what they cherish the most. The other person is.
Well, yeah, but they still lose each other either way.
Yeah, but they're not making the sacrifice, technically, I guess.
If I loved you like you should be loved, loved you.
This is where Joey's singing is at his best, I think.
The stars above, loved you like I.
Yes, Emily, there is death.
Emily has apparently never seen a single thing from the Hatchetfield saga.
There's a lot of
She
death
literally
here.
just said she doesn't watch Starkid, so yeah, not at all.
I'd have
We're
to
two people
let you
with different
go.
viewers right now.
I'd have to let
wait.
you go.
I'd have to let you.
Someone invite 3 people to this. One person now, 49.
Hey, Steph. If things were different,
Let's see if
would you want to go to homecoming with me?
I'd like that, Pete.
Oh, I messed up this line. He just asked us to the prom.
I really
Really
want her
like
to
that.
dance with a hallucination spirit with him after he's dead
Cool.
now.
I'm ready.
I'll pick you up at 8.
I never wanted you anyway.
And again, the camera for this.
Please, Steph. Just do it.
I really like that transition where it's
Please.
like straight up, like where it's positioned in a way that it's like right to the side of his head.
And now, how do you ruin it?
Whoa! Careful with that thing, Steph. You might hurt someone.
That was the largest bullet I've seen in my entire life.
And that's my fucking job.
It was gonna get the job done.
Yeah, which, by the way, it certainly was, that's true. 50! We did it! 50!
Hey,
Really?
hello.
How? How?
If Junos is correct, it's down to 48 now. I don't care. We're at 50 for like a few seconds. That's all. That doesn't
Hey,
matter
everyone.
now.
How
We
are so
love
many people
Hatchetfield.
watching us? You know, I mean, it's a great musical series, but like, dang.
It has a fandom.
Like this.
The fandom's finding us. You know, hey, if you like these streams, we're gonna do more of them. So you should subscribe. Help us get to.
I also do a lot of streams multiple times a week. By the way,
don't do too many calls to actions. It won't work if there are too many. I've said this before.
We haven't did a call to action at all this whole video. So.
Oh, I have. I actually did a while ago for like the 1,000 subscribers thing.
Well, we're bringing it in since we have people. Anyways.
All right.
Continue on with the drama.
Welcome, Mischief Nation, who is potentially the 50th person.
Hello.
Stay away from her! Hey, I just took a bullet for you, bro. Give me a break! I want to thank you, Steph. I used to worry my life would be over after high school. Now I see the afterlife's not so bad. It's just pounding nerves.
Well, actually, you're not really much in the afterlife. You're kind of just dead. Which, I mean, I would say
which means he's living afterlife. Therefore, it's the afterlife.
Nuggets, I'll take care of those losers over at Sycamore. Then the whole damn town of Clivesdale, all the nerdy prudes must pay. But I'm gonna start with you, Steph. You lured me to that house. You betrayed me. You.
Like it says, I'm gonna start. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Before there is a line here that people are gonna want to listen to. However, just before we get to this point, because I know you're all waiting for it, I actually forgot what I was gonna say now. Dang it. No, it's gone. It's gone because I know what's coming up next.
Also, Emily, I agree. It is kind of giving Heather's specifically confrontation.
Well, apparently she was in Mean Girls, so
JD
there you go.
And Veronica.
All right, I'm here.
The boiler
next bit with Max. Actually, are you now?
Fun.
Bear in mind, I know what's going to happen. Anyway, here we go. So the line. So bear in mind, he just said, "You betrayed me."
Fucking Judas!
So you do know the Bible.
Grace, Chastity one-liners. We need a tier list or something, or a
Grace,
compilation.
get out of here! I always thought there was something about your wrath that was so Old Testament.
Oh my God! Yeah, she's gonna do what I thought she was gonna do to get
I
what
used
she
to have
cares
a crush
about
on
most.
another guy who rose from the grave. But Jesus.
The fact that she's so rigid still, because she's like, I know the theory behind this, but I have never once tried.
Never threw a football like you, Max.
Football's one of the thing, but you know.
Shut your fucking fart hole, Spankowski! I want to hear this. As you were saying, Grace.
You were right about me, Max. I tried to hide it, pray it away. But you were right. I'm a dirty girl.
Fuck yeah!
Oh my God.
And I've been in my bathtub every night brewing up a big old pot of dirty girl soup just for you.
What?
It's what you call my bathwater in my sexual fantasies.
Wow.
That is quite like context, because obviously this is not the dream, Max.
It's amazing how his mouth somehow got whiter after she said that.
Also, Belle Delphine missed a trick here by not calling her bathwater dirty girl soup. This very much is Angela's scene, for sure.
That's nasty. I like it.
Oh my God.
Yeah? You dirty dude.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Take me, Max, right here on the 50-yard line.
Oh, wait, does he even have reproductive
Grace,
organisms?
I gotta kill these nerds.
It seems like he has the drive, so I guess he has something that functions down there.
I guess.
Are you really gonna pass this up? Are you gonna come under the bleachers with me, or am I gonna need to find another stud to use?
Oh, what?
I mean, bear in mind, you have time to get rid of them later.
I'll be Yeah, right back.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Hold on. It just takes me a second.
Don't look! Don't look! No!
Can we just appreciate? I heard Max say, "Hold on, just text me a second."
Wow.
They obviously worked on their like dialogue for this bit.
Are they? Holy cow, they're doing it! Okay. Grace is having sex with a fucking ghost!
Yes, thank you. We noticed. We know what's happening. We know what was implied with this.
Okay, I'm feeling good.
If there is anyone who would
I got
not know,
a question. Does it count as losing your virginity if you have it with a ghost?
we'll
They're
get
not
to that
really
in a second.
alive.
We will get
Technically.
to that in a second.
I will say this, that Grace might be the first Hatchetfield character to just have a happy ending if this is what she got.
I don't know. I mean, she's kind of doing this so she can get rid of him.
Yeah, but let's be honest, she obviously wanted it.
I don't know. It looks kind of scary.
Part of her wanted it. Remember,
she wanted human form. She wanted human. She's not really human anymore. She's not
Okay,
Quadzy.
he doesn't look that
She's
bad
not
as a zombie.
Quadzy, okay?
Well, actually, okay, this is a fair point because remember, at the start of Act 2, she did actually say that he wasn't sexy anymore as a zombie, so she was cured. But anyway. And we're back to 50 again. Of course we are. This scene.
Oh. Hey Grace, how you doing?
Presumably pretty great.
Where did she get a cigarette from?
I needed that.
Hey, Grace, where you going? Don't you want to cuddle a
This
little
is
bit?
like some warped alternate version of Beetlejuice now.
Max, I just gave you a gift. A very special gift. In fact, I just gave you what I cherish most. My chastity. You know what that means, right? It means...
Like I said...
You're going the hell now.
This was so obvious. Like I said, I saw...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, all the pieces were there.
I paid the price. Now, fuck off.
And again, there over the Grace wearing.
What's happening? Hello, Maxine. What are you?
I guess that, I guess he's Wigglies now.
Oh, what wonders await you down here in the black? You're in my world now, bitch. No! Whatever! It was fucking worth it!
The time for the forbidden fruit. He knew what he wanted and he got it.
Okay, I'm gonna explain this. Okay, so Emily, so basically, they made a deal with the Sillies where if one of the three there gave up what they treasure most, they will get rid of him. And you know what Grace values most? Her virginity. It being pure.
Yeah, she was there for that, yeah. The character's name was Grace Chastity, so yeah, she values her chastity, so yeah, that's...
Yeah, but
again,
she broke
you
it.
chose this is the worst scene to arrive at.
Trail of Oregon reference, apparently.
I think like the line of it was worth it, I believe. Anyway. And yeah, you're kind of right about this.
Wow. I mean, she did. That is what happened.
Yeah.
Grace will spend the rest of her living days wondering if she's been forgiven by her god, if it meant saving the world.
This is true. A true debate, I suppose.
I mean, true, but also she did technically do it with a technical demon ghost thing.
somehow think that won't help her case.
Or hinder to save the world. That was the question here.
I don't know. Like, would God like forgive a woman to fuck Satan just to not cause him to drag the world into hell?
That's the
You are
question.
repeating the question that BB was posing.
Brooke, up here. Students of Hatchetfield High.
Oh, just the words, what are you? That's it? That's what counts? I mean, fine, I guess.
It's been a rough couple of weeks, hasn't it? You lost more than your fair share. Your classmates.
Uncle Wiley says that
Your
apparently
virginity.
it's a reference to Dad, whoever that is,
Don't worry, we'll
seeing
get him
the
next
Watchers, whoever that is.
But the point is,
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the people are talking about like how the Watchers are a connection to Hatchetfield, and yet we have not referred to them even once during the times that we have.
I don't know.
watched
I
this show.
hear that, and I could totally see that being an epithet for the Sillies.
I mean, yeah, but it's it's
Sillies
never
are
confirmed.
kind of like Greek gods because they like take on contemporary forms for whatever universe they're in, so they don't blow everyone's mind.
They're like many different gods, but yes,
Yeah, I was going
Greek
to
is
say that's
among
not
them.
just a Greek thing.
you got through it. Together.
Yeah, it
Tonight-
only took fucking a demon, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true. Yeah, the Watchers were the audience. So yeah.
It is your homecoming.
So that's not even a connection.
Enjoy it, Nighthawks.
All right, come on in. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, the Watchers with 1,000 eyes, apparently.
Yes, because I'm sure that's the name of the audience again.
Hey, empty your
Doesn't matter
pockets.
for now. We'll get Trevor Morgan eventually.
Whoa, ho, ho. What's this?
I don't know.
I should give you an MIP. Get in there and let me see you for the rest of the night.
MIP.
Don't impaired driving.
Well, Stephanie Lauder and Peter Spankovsky. Think you two can stay out of trouble for one night?
I'm not making any promises.
What the fuck you just say to me?
Yes.
No, that's a Joseph Joker.
Get in there.
So, you really think those kids had nothing to do with the murders?
Don't know. Don't care.
And you're just gonna let Grace Chastity walk?
I am gonna get some fucking coffee.
Come on! Shapiro, hot shit city detective? Hey, how do you explain the mayor's disappearance, huh?
It's Hatchetfield. People go missing every day.
Wait, so what about her parent? Like the mayor was her dad, not her dad. I forget her name.
The mayor was Steph's dad.
Yeah, the mayor's stepdad. So is Steph got orphaned now? God. No, wait,
Well,
stepmom. There's stepmom. She's stepmom.
She's a stepmom.
Stepmom.
The last time yours were bushes, I believe there were shrubs actually.
Wow. Homecoming.
I like her red dress.
There, I
It's
didn't
nice.
think we'd see it.
Well,
Next one is criminally underrated. Is it criminally underrated? I mean, I thoroughly enjoy it. I don't know how rated these songs actually are, but I love it.
I had a change of heart and decided not to get the dance canceled.
Thanks.
Well, gotta go. My date's waiting. Did you guys know Jason goes to my church?
I'm surprised that Grace's dress has more exposed shoulder than Steph's does.
Only for Christmas and
Actually,
Easter,
Grace's dress is really nice. You know, like I like the blue.
That's
It's like a
not what
really
I was
pretty
getting
blue.
at.
No, listen, okay. I am talking about the outfit and especially the dresses because the dresses are pretty. Yes.
Great, my point still stands.
And suits are boring for the most part. If
Thank
I'm
you,
honest.
Frederick. That's what I was asking. That's what I meant before. Impaired
Right.
driving didn't make any sense because the driving doesn't start with P.
I don't know.
Anyway, Disney song in the best possible way. What?
Working on it.
Well, shall we?
You should know I'm a terrible dancer.
Oh, just let me take the lead. I took 4 years of tap. Mom said it'll help me make friends. Boy, was she wrong.
You're such a nerd.
You know what is back? The bow tie.
But the bow tie's growing on me.
Oh wait, no, it's not the song I was thinking of. Now I see what you mean by Disney one and underrated. Yeah, I can see. I know what you mean.
I never wanted wanted to love you like I do. I never wanted to hold you like I do.
I wanted, I needed the kind of love from someone else. We heard it, we bonded, the glue pulled off the shelf.
You know, this does sound like a Disney Channel original movie song. Like, this sounds like a song that, well, yeah, definitely High School Musical, Camp Rock. It is in that vein. Probably not Descendants or Zombies, but, you know, older Disney Channel, like from the 2000s. Lemonade Mouth being an example of a song it sound like could be ripped out of.
Yeah, again, or just Little White Lie.
Oh, just as we start lying down. I'm the best of you, and you're the best of me. And together we are free to run around. 'Cause I believe in you, and you believe in me. And together we are never gonna fall tonight. I am the best of you. You are the best of, you are the best of. It's like you knew me before you knew me. It's like you saw me before you saw me. It's like you threw me, it's like you fooled me. It's like you test me, but that's the best me. I needed, I wanted the
I'd like to test me because they cheated on the test, and that's for them.
kind of love from someone else. We heard it, we bonded, absconded, beloved. Lights up on the town. Oh, just as we
Okay, that's kind of rare.
lying down.
I don't usually hear the word absconded in music.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm the best of you, and you're the best of me. And together we are free to run around. We're gonna run around tonight. I believe in you. I believe in you. You believe in me. You believe in me. And together we are never gonna fall. Never gonna fall tonight. I never wanted to love you like I do. I never wanted to hold you like I do. I never wanted to love you like I do. I never wanted to hold you like I do.
Okay, we will be watching Working Boys, by the way, Siri. Not tonight, obviously, but we will be watching it at some point.
Yeah, we have that
probably
plan for
next week. So yeah.
Notice Grace point out to Golf saying, "I believe in you." Wow, wow, wow.
So, so guys, remember next Thursday, we're doing Working Boys. So if you like this, come back next Thursday.
Absolutely.
You know, it is just like Grace Chastity to make that song into a church song.
I mean, yeah, in a sense, it kind of like reminds me of Sister Act, actually, another 2000s movie. But there you go. That was Nerdy Prudes Must Die. What a fantastic experience. And it seems like, yes, Bobby, we thought this would be a case of a good old happy ending. Finally, after so much time, so many nightmares.
Well, hold on.
But of course, this is Hatchetfield. So,
oh
can't
god,
end like this.
No happiness.
I had a
Series
really
isn't
nice
that
time
totally
tonight,
the end.
Grace.
Me too, Jason.
I can't believe we ever used to call you a two-bagger. I think
Wait, what's that
the reason
mean?
I always used to put you down is because
Remember, because if you had a bag on her head, but you like an extra one just in case. That was the thing at the start. That was where we found out that Max, you know, really wanted to sleep with Grace.
I always thought you were pretty.
Well, you could make it up to me if you like.
How?
Kiss me?
Oh, okay.
Before marriage? Oh my god, so forward.
That was absolutely disgusting.
Oh.
What?
Really, Jason? Kissing on the first date? You think we're grown up enough for that?
Grace, we're 18.
Exactly. We're only 18. You're a dirty dude, aren't you, Jason?
You're a
Well, someone
dirty
needs to
girl,
rid this
too.
town of horny pervs like you.
Are you talking to the sillies?
What
You're
are you doing?
kidding me.
Invoking the names.
Are you serious?
You see, this spell lets me devour your soul. The souls of the Prudes make me strong.
Grace, you're freaking me out.
You think I'd stop with him?
Grace
You
actually
think
kind of
the
gives me the
time
energy
that I
of
was
being a
chased
silly in
was
this one
being
song, and I
a
kind of love it.
holy mission.
Grace, what are you talking about?
I'm the girl you thought you knew. Just keep your hand there on my thigh, like all the guys who came before you. Are you hard because you're stressed?
What?
Or is this a power I now possess? Dirty dudes must die! Dirty dudes must die!
God.
Every dirty dude watch us lives destroy our kind. Chastity will rise! Your soul will be my prize! Everybody cool, watch me score. Rewrite the lore of the nerds you Run, you little bitch! Who will pray for you when your body is gone? This is the consequence for what you've done.
This might be my favorite song in the musical.
Run, dudes. Run!
There's no way he's the voice from Nightmare Time. He was the voice from Nightmare Time?
What? They all kind
I've never known darker times, and I've covered the
Okay, new
protest live at the
headcanon.
Hatchetfield
She eventually does rise up to become a silly one day.
Wait, that's the origin of the sillies. The black.
I don't think the Sillies would allow people to use their power if there was a chance of them rising to the same ranks as them.
I guess, I don't know. It's just,
I don't know,
I feel
maybe
like
they're
we've seen a lot of
alone.
people use the Black Book, but she seemed to get like a weird amount of kick to it in a way that a lot of the others didn't.
Well, in the case of people, it's always the people you don't expect, given the given power, ends up being the worst of it. Like, yeah, there may be horrible people with power, but like sometimes people you don't think would be bad at power end up being a lot worse than you realize.
Yeah, but I also kind of really like it from like an arc standpoint, the idea of like this like religiously repressed and guilty character ending up to one day usurp their own god.
Or basically being a devil.
But by using the powers that they conduct and are permitted through them, that's why I don't know if that would physically.
Well,
be
no,
able
because her god is not the Sillies.
Okay.
Wait, I got a question though. So, like, are the Sillies the canonical gods of this universe?
Yes.
Like, is there is there? By that I mean, is there an actual canonical god thing? You know, like the kind of like for example, her Christian god. Like, is there actual people above the Sillies or on par with the Sillies, or is it like humanity and then all the way up here the Sillies? You know, something.
Well,
like
Mayor
that.
Lauder did say that they were worse than Satan. So, if we're going by that, then
yeah,
there's an implication. But then again, that can just as easily be something that he said because Satan would be an idea. So you can go either way. But there is no confirmation of this. It's a good question, no answer.
The Sillies are probably
Webby
top
is
dogs,
technically a
but whether
silly.
the others exist is unclear.
Webby is technically a silly.
She is, yes.
She's just a nice silly.
Correct.
Yes.
Ironic. You know, the only nice silly we know of.
The Eldritch God, yeah. That God was not there to save her, but the Lord started to release her urges while saving her. Now she's devoted to them. Except for she still retains the values from the old God in the first place.
Well, you know, when enough trauma hits you, you end up cracking.
Well, no, I mean that's kind of the thing, though. That is a very
Silly's got involved.
Well, I think if you look at religious history, that makes a lot of sense, right? The idea that she is now this diverging path that is inspired by a older culture's religion, right?
That implies there are people out there who would worship her. Well, I see. Wait, what am I talking about? Abby's here. Of course there are.
Yeah.
Wait, but how does her soul sucking spell even work? Does she have to make a sacrifice, or does when she like sucks in someone's soul?
Did you see her make a sacrifice in that scene?
Well, she didn't suck anyone's soul. He ran.
No, but she is actively feeding the sillies and loving it.
Oh well, I guess, but like, does she get any of the power? Is it like she gets?
Yeah, her power is cleansing the earth to
She has the
to
power
her
to
fit.
suck people's souls. What more does she need?
Yeah, her whole goal is not like eternal power necessarily. She just wants to cleanse the earth to be her version of pure.
Yeah, rid the world of dirty dudes. That's the
Yeah,
Doesn't
dirty
need
dude.
that.
Think of it as a very.
They can never make her dirty girl soup ever again.
Grace Chastity is sort of like Elle in the sense of where her arc ends here.
I mean, yeah, in the mind she was going about after vanquishing an evil spirit, she's doing the good work in her crazed mind. That is also true. And she's not going to stop there because there are more dirty dudes out there in the world, and like Max Jagerman. Except in her case, I guess everyone would be. So, there you go. Remember the Sherman instead of basically fill my power on and keeping her young. Yeah. There are people who seem to ever get, like, happy endings, the ones who use, like, the Black Book, and then everyone else is worse off by comparison.
Well, technically speaking, it is a happy ending. We just kind of cut. We just kind of cut it off before she could recap it. So, technically speaking, it's fine.
No, it is a happy ending. It's just a happy ending for her.
I mean, like Steph and other guy, other guy are fine. Steph
dude, is she gonna take out Pete? She'll probably take out Pete at some point.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if she'd consider him dirty. I mean, he's not tried to
Maybe
hit on
she
her.
might think she was wrong about him at some point, based on whatever happens.
The sequel, Dirty Dudes Must Die.
Yeah.
That is the most obvious sequel that they could do, but I don't think they ever will.
I mean, honestly, they can make it like a short musical, or like maybe like a few scene musical, or like short film or something on the channel, where it's like where basically the whole time is like she's going around killing dudes, and like the whole mystery opens up.
Well, if that premise worked for Workin' Boys, then they might consider it. I don't know. Workin' Boys seems to be well received by the people in our chat, at least.
Yeah. But we get to enjoy that next week. So
on Thursday. So you guys should check it out.
Yes. So yeah, subscribe so you're notified when we actually do stream, because
help us get to 1,000 subscribers. And
Abby thinks Ted is next.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice to have the set, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, next week naturally, and so at the time I thought that the Hatchet saga would have ended here, but no, we've got one more to go, at least for now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I have a feeling that they're eventually going to revisit it. My best guess of what they're doing right now is I think they're going to take a while break, maybe a good 2 to 3 year gap, and then eventually they're going to randomly bring it back with either a musical Nightmare Time or something else. It's just going to be like, hey guys, it's all back.
I was trying to make a segue for an outro, but yes, you are possibly right.
Yeah,
okay,
I could see season 3
I suppose. Let us know your thoughts of liking or disliking, and leaving your comments on, as usual, things we've missed, or just your general comments, or how much you stand a particular Starkid character and/or actor, because that's always fun. And we'll see you all soon enough for another Butter Bunch video. Toodle pip.
Bye.
Caca. Caca.